What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To our Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
Now please welcome to the ice for their pregame warm-up, presented by Scott Credit Union. Yours.
Blue Note. Fan report. Hello, hello, hello. Let us first. I am early. Yes, very, very early. Justin should be coming along shortly. He may not know I'm doing this. I know I got another 20. I thought it was time. I thought maybe we needed a little more time to talk about everything. So I'm here early. Share it with your friends. Get your friends. We'll talk about the day. I did a little live earlier just to give it in a little bit and talk a little bit about what's going on. We got Faulker here, or not Faulker, Schenn finally gets traded. And all he had to do was walk down the hall. No plane flights for him. However, Justin Faulk had to make a plane flight. Boy, I'm just messing everything up today. Justin Faulk had to make a plane flight. He is on his way to Detroit. Right now, Detroit is facing off against the Senators. Or no, the Panthers. Pardon me, the Panthers. Oh, wow. And it is 1-1. If I looked at that right. The Blues are getting ready to take on the Sharks tonight. And they are absolutely shorthanded. They only have 5 defensemen. Going with 13 forwards, 5 defensemen. Going to be an interesting game. We will talk about what's going on. Hopefully more of you are here. I want to hear your thoughts and your things. Also, I know you can't see it right now. Schenn just asked to change floors. Yeah, change hotel rooms. Hey, E, how you doing, buddy? I'm looking forward. I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this. The returns. Other than maybe one of the returns, I'm okay with this. I think one of them we kind of got forced to take, but I don't know. So for Schenn, we got the Colorado Avalanche first-round pick. That is going to be a very late first-round pick. We got the Devils third-round pick, both in 26. We got a goalie prospect in Marcus Giedolf. I think I said that right. He's 20. I don't know much about it. And then we got, I think that's Jonathan Drouin, 30-year-old left winger. Make sure I said this, got this right. Yep, Jonathan Drouin, 30-year-old left winger. Just kind of, I don't know much about him. I just, sometimes you just don't pay attention. Got an $4 million cap hit, 2-year term. Got one more year on him, so not too bad. He's age 32, so a little bit older. I'm looking at, he's got 662 games, 395 points. He's a third linger. That 40 on the NHL have some sort of trade clause. I'm absolutely, that does not surprise me one bit. Lance, not surprise me one bit. I really think, and I will talk about this. I'll talk about this right here, right now. They're going to call up Steinberg and the other Lindstein. Steinberg and Lindstein will get called up. Absolutely. Right? Lance says Druin's a good player, a little older, but let's see what he can do for us. I want to talk about. I talked about this a lot when the Torrey Krug trade come up, and I got kind of blasted by people. Oh no, that's a reporter's job. There are things ethical when you're in the media. There's some ethics involved here. Just because you know something doesn't mean you should be putting that something out there. Let me say this again. Just because you know something doesn't mean you should be putting that something out there. Yes, he was really pissed about the leak, right? And I know the leak came from the Islanders side. I'm dead certain of it. Same as with the Krug, the leak came from Philadelphia, right? This when an NTC is involved, the NHL needs to. The NHL needs the reporters that reported this thing. Go back, figure out who reported it first, and suspend them for 6 months. Right? Remove their credentials for 6 months or 3 months. Now they still do their job. Going to be harder. Oh, Buffalo side. Sorry, Buffalo side. What did I say? What did I say? I know Philly was the Krug. What did I say? Buffalo, yeah. What did I say? Down. When an NTC is involved, nothing should be reported. Islanders, okay. Probably because, yeah. Nothing should be reported until it is confirmed that the player either A, knows about it, or is B, cleaned it up. Said, yep, I'm going to go. But if he has not, or until if he's invoked it, or if he's not agreed to it, it shouldn't come out. It absolutely shouldn't come out. Should not. You hit New York, correct? Hey, Stephanie, miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. We miss you, girl. I think you were here earlier when I was talking. I had the New York correct. For me, I'm sorry. There's got to be some responsibility there. There's got to be responsibility there, and there wasn't any, right? And there wasn't any in the Krug issue. And then, to me, now this is where I'm going to really pound a little bit, right? Right now, there is a lot of flack from both Buffalo and St. Louis fans being pointed at Colton Parayko. Wrong person. Absolutely, positively the wrong person. 1 billion% the wrong person. Now, why do I say that? This is a case of your friend has been stealing so-and-so's lunch money. So-and-so goes and tells, your friend gets in trouble, and now you're mad at so-and-so. No, you're mad at the guy for stealing the lunch money. That's never made sense to me. Never made sense to me. I am happy he stayed too. I think another year with him or 2 years with him to help out Broberg get a little bit more solidified. I'm okay with that. Oh, I guarantee you Buffalo leaked the story. Guarantee it. When it first got reported, the guy that reported, I think, was from Buffalo. Right? They leaked the Thomas stuff. They leaked the Parayko stuff. Ethics, people. Just because you know something doesn't mean it's supposed to be put out. You have to consider everything in this. if this was me and I knew this, if I had a contact, if I had a contact within the Blues or within, if I was a full-on reporter like I would love to be someday, if I was full-on out there phone, working the phones, and someone called me and said, hey, we got a deal in place with St. Louis to get Parayko. My very, very first question is, okay, Parayko's got an NTC. Does he know about it? Has he been informed? And what are his thoughts? And if the answer is, I don't know, or no, then I'm not going to report it. Okay, once we know that the player knows, then I'll put it out. Because this put an undue and unfair amount of pressure and scrutiny on Parayko, and it's not right. And yeah, AC generator that coming, saying that to a sailor, buddy. Loose lips sink ships, right? Earlier, Wayne Harder was on here when I did an earlier thing, and he came out and he had said, that one of the reason the Parayko didn't go was the money he would lose in taxes. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. He said, let's put it this way. I know somebody that is very, very, very close to Colton Parayko. I don't know that they would tell me, but I'm sure I could ask. And I don't think that is the reason he didn't go. I think there's another reason. I really do. Right? Do not blame players or GMs for NTCs. Do not blame players or GMs for NTCs. Girlfriend is here? Okay. Hi, girlfriend. You need to understand when these NTCs get given out. No, they do not suck. Stop. You do not understand. If you at that point, you're just saying, girlfriend. Okay, Parayko's girlfriend. I think that's part of it. I also think there's something else. These guys, when they get these NTCs, they're 27, 28, 29 years old. 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, in that range. What is happening in a young man's or a young woman's life in that period? What is happening to a young man or a young woman from 24 to 28, 29? I'm asking you guys. All right? What is happening in a young person's life to that period? They're one way to deal with the low cap, yeah. There's also something else. The players aren't. I don't know why he didn't go to Buffalo. Right? The thing is, and again, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Absolutely does not matter. Not hormones. Come on, E. Maybe yours. It's that point. Right? Without the NTC, our cap AAV would have been a disaster. I'm not sure. Shy, I'm not sure how you mean that, bud. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't see how an NTC affects your cap. I really don't. Do not see how it affects your cap other than maybe contracts get a little bit lower because you add the NTC. But what's happening is these guys are getting into the family life, right? 24, 25, 26. They're getting married. They're having kids. Or they're looking for stability. That's when an NTC offers a player. Stability. Oh, was trying to be funny. Sorry. Nope, sorry. Well, that's the one thing when I get that, and I apologize. It's hard sometimes. If you're going to do that, put the little emojis or something. So I know you're being funny. If you don't put the emojis, and I can't see them all the time, but I don't know you're being funny. I'll be honest. I think Layla had something to do with this. I think that he's got a very close connection to her, right? You know, unclely, fatherly connection, and I do think that might have something to do with it. I could be absolutely, completely fucking wrong, but I believe it's got something to do with it. I really do. I've got the NHL Network on, and they've got Red Wings and the Panthers. I right now, home ownership, building a life foundation. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. They're looking for stability, right? And when you're looking, and you know, the NTCs give that. That could be something too, you know. Remember, they traded Jake Allen before Jake Allen could set the record for most wins. I thought that was cruel. Is what it is, but I thought it was cruel. Now, Bennington ended up getting it, which doesn't surprise me. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, am I late? I don't think so. The Schenn, we haven't talked Schenn. The Schenn trade, I think for the most part is good. I don't like the pick we got. The first round pick, to be honest. I don't like it at all, but what am I supposed to do? You know, I mean, that's what they wanted. That's where the thing was. We got a pick that more than likely, I'd say at the best, it's going to be 28. It's going to be 28. If they win the President's Cup, it's 28. Which they probably will. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's where that pick's going to be. Army hinted that the first round picks might be used to move or as bait. Yes, I did hear that. And that could be the closest player to Bob Plager and Kelly Chase. The guy is a rock star in his ability to help St. Louis community. That is true. But he's got to get tougher on the ice. He's got to get tougher on the ice. I mean, that's the big thing for me. He's got to get much, much tougher on the ice. Letitia Green, hey, classmate. Jason McMillan, hey, buddy. Brian Buckholz, hey, Brian, we got to get you on the show someday. E. Guido, Stephanie Brukowski, thank you. Thumbs in the air like you care. I don't have a problem with either one of these trades, right? Faulk to Detroit for Justin Hall. Hall's a throwaway. 34-year-old defenseman. He's been playing in the minors. He's a throwaway. A left winger. Looks like, I think he's a Russian, 22 years old. He could be somebody that comes up soon. See how mad he is at me. We'll find out in a second. And then almost. It pops him. I don't know why it pops him right in like that. It doesn't even pop me right in like that. Got to be a setting or something. Dun dun dun. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Are you mad at me?
No. What do you mean?
I went out. Well, I did the little live earlier, and then I went on 20 minutes early today.
Oh, well, news to me. I wasn't in the know, so. I said it was news to me. I didn't know.
So. I sent you a text. I sent the text. You just might not have got it. And that's fine. I just didn't want you super mad at me. And we could talk. We could talk offline if you need to. But I just felt we needed a little more time to talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts, man. I'm just going to throw it right on you. We've been talking about it already. We've talked about the Colton Parayko. I've slammed media on that one. A little bit about the Schenn and a little bit about the Faulk. I want to hear your thoughts.
The media broke the Colton Parayko thing a little too soon. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome of what we actually saw with Colton Parayko denying, declining his thing. And I saw a lot of hate on that. I saw some people, happy that he didn't waive it. I saw some people angry at Doug and everything like that. And I understand that, he's had an issue with the no trade clauses and stuff. But let me get this straight. Let me get it straight for everyone out there. Colton Parayko has every given right to deny going to Buffalo. He's not obligated to go. I think, and I agree with Guy on this. The problem wasn't the fact that he used his contractual right to deny his waiver, no trade from going through. It was the fact that the media broke it so soon, and maybe that had a little bit of a hindrance on maybe Colton Parayko possibly lifting his no trade clause. Because I do think that plays a part in it. I also want to play devil's advocate and say I think Colton Parayko loves playing in St. Louis. I truly do. I think he's. Yeah.
Sorry, I said that. We talked about that. I know you weren't here. No, I'm not throwing darts. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. I talked about possibly there being some connection. I know someone said earlier his girlfriend's in St. Louis. We know his connection to Layla is really, really strong. Right? That might not be something that he's ready to just walk away from without having some closure, and it might have been too much for him. Right?
And I just, for me, I don't think, first of all, I don't I just think as a standpoint of like Colton Parayko and how he is, you always hear about his character, how he's such a nice guy off the ice. I truly believe from, Colton Parayko, we talked about this a couple shows ago, or when we were leading up to this deadline, about how someone put in the chat, I think it might have been Jason, that there are certain players playing for the fans. Colton Parayko, I believe, is one of those guys that you can lump into the category of, I think he plays for the fans as well as his paycheck. I think Colton Parayko is a guy that truly cares about the St. Louis faithful.
I would agree with you on that. I think, as much shit as I give Jason, sorry, Freudian slip. As much crap as I give Jason. Man, I don't even know what I'm saying. As much crap as I give him, yes, I do think it is you are correct. I think he is one of those guys who his love for the city definitely comes through. So I'm glad 50% of the players on our team have some version of an NTC. League average is 37. Actually, league average is 49. Well, I think it is. It could be that. We are just lucky Schenn waived his.
But you see, but look, don't look at it like that. And I know there was a lot of talk about, is it going to be awkward now? Is the room going to be awkward with Colton Parayko still there? Like, because the consensus is, if they're trying to trade him, don't you think Colton Parayko will take that to heart? No, I don't, because I think Colton Parayko is a respected individual in that locker, and I think that Colton Parayko knows that it's a business. I think all these guys know it's a business. Doug Armstrong, he creates a connection with these guys. These guys create a connection with the coaches, with their teammates. these guys know it's a business, and at the end of the day, if that's hanging over your head and you're like, oh well, I'm just going to take it to heart. The Blues don't want me. I don't think any player should take it like that.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, it's not that they don't. These guys have got to look at. So here's the difference between a player's point of view and a front office's point of view. In many cases, a player's point of view is this season, here and now.
Mm-hmm.
In a front office point of view, it is 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And sometimes you've got to look. We have an aging defense. The return for Parayko would have been better than the return for Faulk. If Buffalo, first of all, if the trade talks started because of Thomas, okay. I think the Thomas stuff was a false flag. I honestly think all the Thomas talk was false flag.
I don't know. I don't particularly think it was. I do think that there was. I think there was some people in the market for Robert Thomas. I think the asking price was too high, and I think it should have been. Robert Thomas should have a high asking price, and I'm very, very happy that they did not decide to trade him.
Okay, but that's what I mean by it being a false flag. That's exactly what I mean by it being a false flag. They put Robert Thomas out there, but they put a price that is so freaking high that they know nobody's going to touch it. And then they say, well, we can't get this deal done, but what about this deal? I think it was a false flag. I think Kyrou maybe not so much, but I do think that Thomas was a false flag. And but I also think that was a false flag to get Faulk traded. And I think Buffalo came and asked about Parayko. And they had to talk.
And
if a GM doesn't listen, then he shouldn't be a GM. You've got to listen.
Yeah. The Parayko is interesting. Like I said, we didn't really talk about Parayko leading up to anything. Parayko, the return for Parayko in this instance from Buffalo would have been a great return. You're getting a solid prospect, a first round top 10 pick, and you're getting another first round tacked onto it. The return would have been nice. Obviously, again with prospects, they're not guaranteed to work out. Defensemen take longer to develop, but this guy had some hefty size. He was Colton Parayko-esque size, so he could have panned out, but. Again, I'm not angry with Parayko. I'm not angry with Armstrong. People look at these no trade clauses, and you got to remember that these things were not signed, just last week. These things were signed for years now. Yeah. Like it's not something that just randomly tacked onto his contract. This is a thing that he's had.
Chris makes a really good point, and this is kind of what my point was. It's like posting a car you don't want to sell for too much to see if someone might pay or make a different deal. And that's what I think was happening. The return is almost annoying. He said, no. Ryan, I disagree with that. Here's my problem. My problem with all of this with Parayko is none of us should have known about it. Not one of us should have known about it.
Yeah. It was reported way too quickly, and I think that might have hindered. Now, I will say that even if if this thing didn't get leaked or anything like that, even if that was the case, I still don't know if Parayko would have waived his no movement clause to go to Buffalo. And although Buffalo was playing good, one season for Buffalo playing well and possibly breaking that playoff drought is not really enough for me to say Colton Parayko is all in on Buffalo and living in Buffalo long term.
Well, how many times has a team that's broken a playoff drought turned around and gone right back on a playoff drought? Right? It's happened. Yeah. It happens all the time. We last year we broke our playoff drought of only a couple of years, but here it is. We think we're going back, and now we're in the bottom 10 again. Right?
Uh-huh.
I am not. My issue, and again, my issue. Were you watching when the Krug stuff happened? Were you still connected to the show when that happened? Had you been watching me when that happened?
I was, but I wasn't. I didn't see your thoughts on it. Like I knew exactly what happened in the situation, but I don't remember your your idea or your thoughts on it, I guess, per se.
I was so pissed off at the Philadelphia Reporter. I had Matt DeFranks on here, and I brought it up with him, and he told me I was wrong. But I'm sorry. This is, and you want to know something? This was so interesting to me. This is so interesting to me. The Schenn trade and the Faulk trade. Who reported it? Same person reported both of them.
Yeah. I honestly, I was at work, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I just saw all the news and everything on it.
Elliot Freeman put it out there.
Okay.
Lou Corrick, Matt DeFranks, and Jeremy Rutherford all retweeted Elliot Freeman's tweet. That tells you right there that the front office of the Blues does not put anything out. Because the Blues, 3 beat writers that should have absolute horns locked in, got nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
That tells me everything I need to know about the Parayko issue. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is the difficult thing with this, and I hope a lot of Blues fans are not angry with the situation, because honestly, that should be your aspect that you should be more frustrated with, and that's the sad thing about media and how technology is nowadays. Technology has advanced so much, so this is always going to be an issue. Like things being reported way too early, it's always going to be an issue, and it probably is only going to get worse because everything's going to get more and more advanced, as you get older. And I think that you're always going to have this situation, but I do think that it hinders certain trades and certain situations that could happen, being with the early releases and stuff.
What's funny is when we had Jim Thomas on, we talked about it. And if you remember, I complained about the Krug issue. This is it getting reported, and hopefully we don't have something like, I said with Parayko, I think it's getting reported too early. It's something that shouldn't have got reported.
Yeah. I like I said, I do 100% agree. I think that if there's any aspect of the Parayko thing that you should be complaining about is the fact that it was thrown out way too early before you even knew anything from Parayko.
Yeah.
And I think, and like I said, I still don't know if Parayko would have waived his no trade clause, because I just don't think that. I think Parayko would rather be in St. Louis than in Buffalo, if I'm honest.
Oh, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. And then here's another one. I saw the guy who broke the Uyghur trade was yelled at by the Calgary front office. I'm not surprised, right? But again, it should be the it might be the guy in the Calgary office that let it go. Armstrong's trying to find out. He's pulling everybody's phone to find out if someone did it. Right now, they could have a burner phone that they're using to do it, but I don't think this came from our side because of the fact that when Schenn and Faulk got traded, neither Rutherford, Corrick, or DeFranks knew about it. Mm-hmm. Right? By the way, I want to say this while we're live in front of everybody on 9 people. I went live earlier to do something. I had an appointment. I just felt with the way that it came out, I needed to do something. I hope you don't feel like I slighted you doing that. It just felt like we needed to get something out there just to have something out there. Yeah.
For me, going into this whole thing, I mean, the Parayko thing happened a little earlier than, all this deadline stuff that happened for the Blues. For me, I'm happy. I'm happy with the moves. I wasn't really expecting a Jordan Bennington, move, right now. I think if it's going to happen, it might happen in the offseason. For me, I'm happy with what they gave up. I think Faulk and Schenn were the right pieces to be moved out, and I think that you're starting a new era, just like Doug talked about. I think you're going to start to see the younger guys take shape. But again, for me, I get a lot of slack, from a person who commented on my posts and stuff and was saying, I thought you said you didn't want to rebuild and all that. And I'm like, trading trading Faulk and Braden Schenn, who are on the older side, is not a rebuild. I'm sorry. This Blues team is not in a rebuild. This team is in a retool. This team has too much talent to be in a rebuild.
I don't even think they're in a retool. I think they're in a tool replacement.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at this, and for me as a Blues fan, people may hate it, people may love it. I don't know. I'm in the camp of I'm happy with what we saw, and Doug made moves. He made the 2 moves or whatever. He tried to make a third with Parayko, but I'm looking at this and I'm saying I'm happy. So I don't want to see any Blues fans bitching. Sorry, pardon the language. Bitching about Doug Armstrong not making moves, because he made moves, and I think he made the right moves. I think trading Kyrou, I think trading Thomas probably is not the right decision at this time.
Oh.
They're still young. I think that you could still build around. And then who knows? I love Faulk. I love Schenn. I think Schenn was a good captain for what he was. But I think maybe moving Schenn out and maybe possibly giving Thomas and really putting that 100% faith in him. I do think that they have the faith in him already, but putting that absolute and still faith in him where he could possibly be the captain now of the St. Louis Blues, that may skyrocket this team's culture and turn it completely on its head. And I can see the Blues possibly being competitive next year. I really could.
Ryan Green's calling me a jackass, saying a retool, tool replacement is the same thing. No,
it's not. It's not.
Retool is I take a hammer out and I put a hammer back. Or no, pardon me. A retool is I take a hammer out and I put something completely different in. I put a screwdriver in. A replacement is I take a hammer out and put a hammer in.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. They're removing a second line center because they think they have a second line center in either Dvorsky or one of the other guys down below. That there's things like that they're doing. He talked about he mentioned Stenberg and Lindstein coming up. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
He mentioned them coming up.
Well, let's look at this just for a second in totality here. You have you don't trade Thomas, you don't trade Kyrou. So let's look at your core right now. Okay, you have Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, Dylan Holloway, if you can get him signed, which I do think now that you made those moves and you freed up cap space, I could see you signing Dylan Holloway. I still think $7 million is too much for a guy that's injury prone, but you could still try to make a deal with him. You have P. Suter, who I think you should keep. You have Stenberg, Dvorsky, Snuggerud. Carbonneau is going to be coming up through the ranks. I don't know if Carbonneau is going to be on this team, but you have so many pieces on this team now. And we didn't even get to the Schenn trade. I think the Blues absolutely won the Islanders trade.
I don't think it's an absolute win. I think it's a 60-40, 60 or 55-45. But Ryan Green's got me laughing. He says still a jackass.
But for me, the return for both Faulk and Schenn, although they could have been probably better to some to the eye, I thought both were good moves because you got 2 picks and two players for both guys. So you got, although I think the Schenn move was better than the Faulk move.
Yeah.
You're trading Jonathan. You're pretty much saying that you're getting rid of Braden Schenn and you're bringing in Jonathan Drouin, which I think is a serviceable guy. I think that's a great return for them. He wasn't doing much in. What's up?
Saving $2 million doing it.
Well, yeah. Well, and so in that too, but Jonathan Drouin he's not a guy that's going to be probably in your top 6. He's probably going to be in your bottom 6, but he's a great depth piece and he's a good replacement for a Braden Schenn. I think he's on the younger side. He's not too extremely younger than Schenn, but he's on the younger side. Yeah. So I think for what Doug did, I think he made the right moves by not getting rid of the top fish. I think you don't give up on them too much.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing with the Schenn is I don't like that we got Colorado's first round pick.
Yeah,
we should have had I don't know if the Islanders had a first round pick.
They did, but you see, I don't think the Islander. Yeah, it was Colorado's first round pick, and I get it. It is a later pick, but if you look at it in totality, again, the Blues are going to have 3 first-round picks in this draft. So you have the.
If you go ahead, I'm sorry, man. I'm just
I'm
excited.
I'm saying you. So you have 3 first-round picks that you can also play around with, and just like Doug said, you can use those things to move back. You can use them to move up. So you're going to have the Blues probably in the top 5 pick or whatever for the first round. You're going to have them. I don't remember where the Detroit first round pick was. I think it's just a first round pick in general.
It's a first round. It's a first round. It's going to be in our wheelhouse. It's going to be
probably middle of the pack.
Unless they make the final, that's going to be somewhere in that 19 to 25 range.
Yeah. So that's it's a solid placement. And then Colorado's.
Oh, he froze. Let him come back. I'll wait till he comes back, and then I'll get to some comments here real quick. Let Justin come back.
We back?
Yeah. Okay.
So obviously.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. So a couple things here I want to get to. First of all, the only thing about I don't like the Colorado pick because it's going to be 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Period. That's what it's going to be, right? Because they're going to win this. They're going to win the President's Cup. They're going to win it going away. So even if they get knocked out in the first 2 rounds, that's where they fall at, is the 28th spot. Okay. Mm-hmm. I would have liked to not have that. However, Doug Armstrong said today, talked about packaging picks. They want to move up. They want something a little higher. They're going to have a pick in the early 20s and a pick in the late 20s. That could get you into the early teens, 13, 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
Along with something else, maybe get you into the top 10, right?
Well, and this is a good point, and I want to preface this because you have those 2 picks. You could use those and move up, but also you can look at it like this. You could also, depending on what you want to do, I don't think those teams at the very bottom are going to want to, but if you can package a deal for, throw a piece, like if you're talking about a Jordan Bennington or something like that, and you want to package that in as well, you're talking a very high pick. So if the Blues really want to get ballsy and really ballsy, and they want to say, hey, I want 2 top 10 picks, I would not be opposed to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would be done, but you could possibly be looking at, because me personally, I don't think the Blues are going to. I don't think the Blues are going to get lucky enough to win the draft lottery. I really don't.
Me either.
And we talked about it. I'm still under the understanding. I know you don't agree with me. I'm still under this understanding that the draft lottery is rigged, and I know that is a hard accusation. But like I said, there's been a book on it. When it first happened, when Crosby went to the Penguins, and Lemieux said that he was not going to have anything to do with that organization if they didn't get a star guy. So then it should have been the Rangers that got Crosby and did not. He went to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So it's been pretty well documented. But as for the Blues, I think that they're going to be in that top 5 pick at least. So.
Yeah. I do think we're going to be there. I want to get to some comments. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Stephen Glass said the leadership change in the locker room, old guard to new guard. That's the one big thing we haven't talked about, and we will talk about more. That's one of the things. AC Generator says this isn't a rebuild, retool. This is an assessment of our next window for a deep run, and it's still a few years away. So it's replacing pieces that won't be valuable then for prospects picks that could be. I like that's very good comment, AC. Very good. Very good comment.
Yeah.
Ryan Green. Sorry, I want to get to all these comments first before we comment. Unless it's like super important and you got to get it right now, put a 1 up so I know. Ryan Green says it's being injury prone, just a sign he's putting effort in every night. Maybe. Can use the picks to move up later. Yes. True Bunny fan is here. Said they were coming and going. Thank you. Randall Gregory, welcome back, bud. I like where we're sitting now. Army did well today. There's a couple of my Nodak boys that will look good in blue. What is Nodak? I'm not sure what Nodak means. So explain that one to me there. North Dakota. Okay, I got it. North Dakota. There we go. They must be North Dakota. Okay, got it. Took me a second. So how's Benny respond to not being traded? I think this team rallies around Benny tonight. I really do. At least I hope so. Team reminds me of the 2010s, the youth movement. I'll agree with that. Justin, I like your hat, dog.
Thank you.
That's from your buddy Aaron. Randall says North Dakota. I got it. I figured it out. Guy will just agree with AC no matter what. That's not true. That's not true. Justin, you've met AC, right? Have me and him had some pretty good back and forth, like in person?
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't agree with everything, but like I said, I'm not really putting too much into that comment, and people are going to say whatever they're going to say, man. I'm not taking too much into that. I'm just kind of saying whatever.
He might be pushing buttons.
For me, I want to go back to the Bennington thing. Bennington, look. I'm still not changing my mind. I didn't expect there to be a move for Benner here at the deadline. I could see an off-season thing, but I'm with Lance, and I've been saying it for months now. And Guy can back me up. Lance can back me up. Bennington is a guy you need to trade. So in the offseason or next season, you need to get rid of him because he is not signing with the Blues after his contract is up. He's not.
You mentioned it earlier. You package Bennington with 2 first-round picks? That's a top 10 pick, baby.
Absolutely. So,
and there's some teams that are going to be in the top 10 that I don't think will be on his list.
Yeah.
That I do not think will be on his list.
Well, and let's just say, okay, and this is a crazy thing because it's not going to happen. So I'm putting this out in the universe because it would be cool as hell. But it's not going to happen because it's unrealistic, and I just don't think that it would happen, just because of the draft lottery. But let's say, for instance, the Blues win the draft lottery. Let's just say by some miracle they win the draft lottery, right? So that would give them what the hell is it? That would give them the first round pick. They would probably take McKenna just because of the draft stock. But then this goes into my other thing. What if the Blues, like I said, package those 2 first-round picks with Jordan Bennington and they trade somewhere in that 4, 5, or maybe even 3 range? I don't think that they would be willing to give that up, that team in particular. But depending on the package, who knows? Maybe you could be looking at possibly if the Blues win the draft, they get a McKenna, and they could package Bennington with first-rounders, and they could end up getting like an Ivar Stenberg as well. Yeah. Or that defenseman that we talked about. Obviously, it's not going to happen. It would be too unrealistic. But who's to say that it can't? I mean, never say never. Never say never.
Let me read you who would be in the top 10 right now, as of right now. Tell me how many of these teams, and you can wait till I'm done, as a free agent or as a tradable person, would you go to? This is why this makes sense. So you got Vancouver, the Rangers, the Flames. I'm skipping the Blues. The Flames, the Blackhawks, the Jets, Predators, the Kings, the Panthers, and the Devils. And the Devils and Sharks could flip spots, and Toronto could end up in there.
Yeah.
How many of them teams will not be on someone's no trade list? I think 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I think that there is 5 or 6 of them on there that probably would still be on that no trade list.
But I'm talking about teams that would not be on the no trade list too.
Oh, okay, yeah,
right. Yeah. I don't think the Rangers would be on a no trade list. The taxes, things, but I guarantee you the Panthers won't. Guys love playing for the Panthers for the most part. The Kings may not be. Predators, they're an iffy. The Blackhawks may not be. They're a destination. We talked about that. The Canada teams, the Canada cities kind of depend, but the Devils are a team that people like going to.
Yeah, Devils are kind of in a C though, but like you said, it's a good point, and I think, like I said, I don't think what I just talked about is going to happen because I think it's unrealistic. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it did, could you imagine the Blues making a splash like that and saying, you know what, I'm going to grab the bull by the horns and I'm going to go out there and say they win the lottery and they get Gavin McKenna and then they somehow trade Bennington and the picks or something to move up, and they get one of those other guys that we've been talking about, a Stenberg. Personally, I think Stenberg is going to go in the top 3. So whoever takes him, I don't see them Blues getting both of those guys, but it would be a cool prospect if you could possibly move up.
If I had the number 1 overall, I think I go with Stenberg. I think his upside is a lot better than people are giving it. And not only that, look at his brother's work ethic. You know, a lot of times brothers have the same work ethic, right? They were raised the same. Not always, but a lot of times. And
well, yeah.
If he's got that work ethic, I mean, and McKenna might too, but I don't know. The bar thing with McKenna still, look, I know what we've heard, and if it, you know, I get the protecting your mom and all that, but it's being in the situation to begin with. That's the one that, you know, twists me.
Yeah,
why did he get in this situation to begin with? Right?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I want Stenberg too because the prospect of having like a Sedin brothers on your team, with the Stenbergs is a great theory. I just think that although McKenna hasn't been performing where he's at right now, the upside to McKenna, if he does pan out, he's going to be a great player. Is he going to be Connor McDavid? No. Is he going to be Nathan McKinnon? No. But and I don't even think he's going to be maybe even Celebrini levels. But I think the upside for both guys is there. So that's why I said I don't see the Blues. First of all, I don't see them winning the draft lottery because I just don't see it. I think if they fall in the top 3, so like 2 or 3, I think it's going to make their decision a lot easier because whoever goes first overall, whether it's going to be Stenberg or it's going to be McKenna, I think it's going to make a decision easier. And obviously, I mean, that's a stupid statement because obviously it does because that person's off the board. But if McKenna's taken first overall and you're second overall, you're taking Alvar Stenberg. If Stenberg goes first overall, you're taking McKenna second overall. So
okay. Want to get back to we've got a lot of comments today. I want to get back to comments, okay?
Yeah. Shoot me out for a minute.
Jason, say again. Tune you out.
Shoot me out.
Okay. Jason Nichols says, like a good neighbor, Captain Jake is there. I disagree. I don't think he's captain yet. He's way too young. I'm not on board with you. Randall Gregory said, and we just talked about, is there a world where we can trade Benner and a first rounder or 2 for that number 1 pick? Maybe. We just talked about that. Army mentioned Mailou a lot in his interview. Looks like they trust Mailou to be the number 2D. Maybe. I think maybe 3 right now, but close. I think close. What's the likelihood that a player who doesn't really want to be traded but says it is better, says if it's better the team, then trade me? You know what? That's a high likelihood. I think Schenn said that. Some teams never learned 3 penalties in the first playoff game. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're going to make a comment like that, something like that, just explain what you mean, because I don't remember all the time. I got a lot going on in my head. That's a with no disrespect, Jason, and to everybody, that's a half-ass comment that doesn't help me. I'm disappointed they didn't trade my guy, Jason Nichols. He was a first-line C we needed. Also, I'm going to miss the shenanigan commercials with Jake and Braden. Now they'll still show them. Another proof the draft lottery rigging is Bedard for Chicago. Okay, maybe. Chicago is one of the highest revenue teams in the league, and they don't have Taves or Kane anymore. He said who? I don't know what he meant. I don't think the Panthers will make big moves. They're just okay. Jason Nichols, the Blues were supposed to trade for you. Half the NHL is a destination. No, they're not. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's not as many destination teams as you think. Maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 at the most. Yeah, and that maybe. Are we back? Pizza, beer, no underwear. I'm ready for the puck drop. Too much information. Something. God, I can't even get through some of these comments right now. Damn, where's my wife? You didn't finish my Jake comment. You just kind of agreed with. No, I disagree with you. Well, you did say maybe later, but it's not going to happen this summer. He's not going to be the next captain. About Jake Neighbors being the captain.
Oh, the captaincy is going to be vacant, and I like Doug's approach on it. He said that it's going to be an Alexander Steen and Jim Montgomery decision.
Yeah. So I need to explain. So Jason asked a really good question. He says it's attached to someone else's comments. Why don't you see that? Jason or Justin can attest to this. I see every comment in order. That's it. I do not see if your comment was attached to another comment. I don't see. All I see is that it was either on Facebook or YouTube, and it comes in order.
Yeah.
So if you comment under somebody else's, I don't see that.
Yeah, we don't see that. We just see, like I said, we only see the lineup, the chronological order.
Yeah, he was talking about Kadri. So I don't see that, so I don't know. I don't care about Kadri. Kadri's a nobody to me. So I apologize. If we don't get Gavin, I'm telling you, my North Dakota boy Verhoef is a dude. Watch him all year. He's a real deal. Okay. Having a nickel swinging in your head isn't a lot. I don't know what you mean there, bud.
This
comments today.
What's up? Yeah, very good. Thank you. Keep the comments coming. The draft is deep. This is a deeper draft. It's quoted as deeper than the 2027 draft. This will be a good placement, and that's why I don't really mind where the Blues are in the pick order. Obviously, two of them, one early, one late. But like you said, you could package those and move up, move back, whatever you want to do. But I think for what happened and what we saw from the Blues, I think the Blues were one of the better sellers. I think the winner, I think the winner of the sellers was actually Calgary. In my unbiased opinion, I think Calgary did a lot of good things. They pretty much backed up the dump truck and just unloaded everybody. So that was the smart move for them. They got a lot of picks coming into this draft, so it is a very good opportunity for Calgary. But I think the Blues are top 3 in the sellers teams who sell off what they needed to. They did exactly what they needed to do.
I thought they. Well, there was one other move that we haven't talked about. Before I talk about it, Chris Schucke, Randall Gregory, Aaron Nils, Stephen Glass, Letitia Green, Jason McMillan, Brian Buckholtz, E. Guido, Stephanie Bobrovsky. Thank you, Brodsky. I think I said that wrong. Brodsky. Okay, yeah, I said it wrong. Brodsky. Thank you for the hearts in the air. God, I was just going to say something now. I forgot what I was going to fucking say.
We were talking about the trade, right? We didn't talk about the trade.
The move that we haven't talked about. They made another move, kind of, sort of. And by the way, puck drop's about to happen.
Yeah.
Mateo Joseph was contract was terminated, and he signed a 1-year prorated deal with the Kings. The Blues now have, and I looked at this earlier, I want to say $8 million in cap space.
Oh, what a hit. Oh, my goodness. What a hit.
I didn't see it.
You'll see it. This was a crunch. Oh, we're getting a fight already. Oh, wow. That was Holloway. That was Holloway that threw that hit. I wasn't even thinking it was him. I thought it was a defenseman who came in. Holy moly, Holloway.
Way to go, Holly.
There's a good acquisition for the Sharks. I know we're talking a little bit about Blues. I kind of want to focus on the game. We kind of focus a little bit more on the trade stuff when we get to intermission. But Kiefer Sherwood was a great addition for the Sharks. The Sharks are only growing, man. The Sharks are going to be an exciting team. They really, really are. And man, Holloway absolutely levels that defenseman behind the net.
Yeah. Brian Green says, Guy, a few minutes ago, you complained about the comments being half-assed and said you had a lot of things going on in your head. He says, keep up, old timer. The only thing of value Crowley didn't trade was the saddle dome. Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, for me, which one do I like better, the trade between the Islanders or the Detroit Red Wings? I'm going to go with the Islanders. I think the Blues got a really, really good return for Braden Schenn. Obviously, you get the late pick, but when I look at who we got from the Detroit trade, yes, you get the picks, but you get Justin Hall back, and Justin Hall, he's just a warm body. Justin Hall is not very good.
He will never play for the Blues. He will never play for the Blues.
And they got a Detroit. They did get a Russian prospect, and he does have pretty decent numbers down in the KHL. But I don't know if he sniffs this Blues roster either. But he's a decent prospect, and then you get the picks. But I think Jonathan Drouin coming back alone for Braden Schenn is a solid move for the Blues. Yeah. So the Blues are getting the power play out of that little scrum there, which is interesting.
Oh, we did. We got a power play. I don't even have the game stats pulled up. We just had so much talking.
But yeah, so sorry, folks. I'm not gonna do the trade talk. We'll focus on the game here because this is the first time the Blues and Sharks are meeting, which is kind of crazy this late into the season.
5D. They only have 5D out there tonight. That's going to be interesting. Doesn't happen a lot. Yeah. I mean, it happens every now and then, but 5D. Ferraro got the minor for instigating. So he got the extra minor.
Yeah. So yeah, the Blues. This is, like I said, this is crazy because usually we see this team a little earlier. It feels like, but we do see this. I feel like every time we see the Sharks, we play them very a lot of times in a shorter period of time. And this is the first time the Blues and Sharks have met. So this is the only team that the Blues have not played this season.
Yeah. So. Did you just see Bennington? There's a second. Did you just see Bennington, how he played that puck just now? Or the one before that, play before that, how he got in the net, he looks up, and then he makes sure that the pass is clear. That's what Hoffer doesn't do, right? And that's why I've been on Hoffer with puck handling. Again, watch Bennington. Watch. See? Right there. He makes the guy overcommit. And Hoffer doesn't. Hoffer makes a move too soon.
Blues are very discombobulated right now on the power play. They cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
But bad idea to have the Blues on the power play in the beginning of the game. It's safe to say they're not a quick and easy team when it comes to the power play. It takes a minute for them to get going.
Backdoor feed. They just missed the backdoor feed. Yeah, they do not look very good on this power play at all.
Yeah, that's okay. Like I said, early in the game, I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather this team be good. See, that's the thing. You have to be good on the special teams, in the NHL. But I really appreciate when the Blues are good 5-on-5. The Blues need to be good 5-on-5.
Yeah, I get that. I really get that. Oh, nice shot there. Was that Kyrie?
You must be ahead of me. Oh, yeah, you're ahead of me.
I'm at 17:01.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. I don't care.
Well,
good play by Neighbors. Good play by Neighbors there to be patient.
We've already. I mean, you got to have someone who's the lead. So I'm the lead. So it's based off my feed. At least we try to, and not trying to be a jackass there. Ryan Green.
I really hate the way that San Jose does their camera. I hate it.
Got their what?
Their camera. I hate the way that they have their camera.
Oh, okay.
The San Jose's they have it so far above the ice, and I don't like it. I like the camera.
Don't a lot of them have the same view? I mean, the view doesn't seem any different to me. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely different. San Jose goes theirs is a little higher than like if you watch the Blues game. The Blues games I like those because they're pretty to the ice, like you can see everything, and not that like you can't see everything. Like it's a lot open. With the way that they shoot the ice or whatever, or shoot the game for San Jose,
Blues are going on the power play, or penalty kill, high stick.
oh, okay.
That was quickly called. And he went and looked at him right away for blood.
Michael Misa, good draft pick for them. He should pan out to be very good for them. The way that they shoot their camera work.
That wasn't a high stick. That was more of a hook. I don't know why they looked at him for blood, but
Well, he didn't even grab his face or nothing. Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't even grab his face or nothing. Yeah, it was more a hook than a high stick. But it doesn't matter. A penalty is a penalty. So whether it was a high stick or not, it's still 2 minutes.
Sweating bad today.
I think for what is it? Hell, I don't even remember what we were talking about because we stopped at that.
I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So Blues are on the penalty kill here. Oh no, I was talking about the camera. So if anybody notices how the San Jose Sharks do their camera work, they shoot it so like above the ice that it makes, honestly, when you look at the ice and you look at how they play, it makes the ice look so big. It makes their hockey rink look so massive to me. I don't know if anybody else feels that way when it comes to watching San Jose, but it just seems like their arena is so much bigger than what it is because of how they shoot it. Got Will Smith on the half boards here. San Jose working it on the outside, trying to get to the middle. Honestly, San Jose trying to find this puck to the middle, but they've kind of been trying to shoot, and Blues are doing a good job blocking it. They're not really giving up much in the middle, especially. Celebrini with the puck. Very good player, man. He's going to be very, very good for years to come for San Jose. Will Smith trying to go to Kiefer Sherwood, cutting into the slot there. Doesn't connect. Celebrini on the half boards. Up to the point. Another block shot. I think the Blues have at least 3 or 4 block shots just on this power play alone. San Jose's not doing a good job of disguising their power play. They're really just shooting it into the Blues defense. So
here's something that will make Jason Nichols happy. Today the A's are Thomas, Broberg, and Neighbors. Those are the guys with the A's tonight.
That doesn't connect. Yeah, I for me, like I said, I don't know how it would be, but honestly, I look at the prospect of a guy like I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think you pass up Robert Thomas, honestly, for that captaincy spot. But like I said, I think Broberg's a great possibility, and I think Broberg should get an A, in my personal opinion. I mean, you don't have to give it to him right away, but I do think that Broberg could definitely be an assistant captain for this team. Because they alternated, don't they? So like sometimes one is the way.
One guy is a permanent A, and then there are 2 guys that are alternate. One is a home A, one is an away A.
Yeah, I think giving Broberg one of them would be good.
Well, right now the reason that
Ew, Snuggie Bug, Snuggle Bug.
First, our second shot on goal. Yeah, here we go.
11th of the year for Jimmy Snugglebug.
So the reason so everyone made this speculation that the reason that Parayko was out was this trade stuff, and it's not. He's got back spasms. He's got issues with his back. He's had them before. He's not playing because of that. There's no other reason, right?
Yeah, he would have been if that was the case. He would have been back in his lineup tonight. So yeah, he's dealing with back spasms, and we all know Colton Parayko's dealt with back problems, so we all know this. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
Yeah. Ryan Green actually makes a good point. I don't like the idea of a captain or alternate that is shy or quiet. Broberg seems quiet to me. Another Parayko.
Well, I talked about that though. A guy can even tell you that I talked about that on the last show when we were talking about this. I said that I could even see Broberg being a guy that you could possibly talk about captaincy, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think you pass up on Robert Thomas. But see, the thing is Robert Thomas strikes me as a guy that's also quiet. He doesn't strike me as the most talkative individual.
No, I think he's a little more vocal than he's not as vocal as Schenn, but he is a little more vocal than some of the other guys. My only concern, and look, I am on the Thomas bandwagon for the C, and we're not going to get a C until the summer, which is fine. It makes sense. Let Steen and Montgomery sit down, talk about it. Come up with find that right spot, find the sweet spot, and go from there. I think we can. I think he can. I think we can.
Well, and you don't even need. Well, first of all, and we talk about the summer. We don't even. I'll be honest. I do think for the culture wise, you probably should name a captain before you head into next season. But I don't think even if you don't name a captain, I don't think it's a necessity. Like if you go into the season without a captain, I don't think it would be detrimental to you.
No, I think you could go. I think you could go with 3 A's, two A's and two
nice play there.
A's, two part-time A's, alternate A's.
Nice say. That was but San Jose's taking an interesting approach. I don't really know. They're playing a direct type of style. They're trying to get shots through, but they're not really disguising anything. They're coming in and trying to get through multiple Blues players and shoot the puck on net, but they're not getting very many high quality chances. They're just getting, shots that Jordan Binnington can easily see. So
he who should not be named is trying to push buttons. So if I go out, do not read he who should not be named comments. You drinking?
What do you say now?
I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. He's trying to push buttons.
Probably your buttons, not my buttons.
Yeah, he's trying to push my button. I don't know. This one might push your button.
You didn't read it, so I couldn't tell you.
God, you're going to make me read a comment I don't want to read. But he says Parayko is probably crying over the Sabres drama. And that
no, I honestly, like I said, I understand everybody. Like it's such a 50-50 split. Like I saw uncharacteristically a lot of Blues fans talk about, okay, I'm glad that Colton Parayko didn't waive his no movement or no trade clause. Yeah. But I also saw the other side of things where it was like, oh, well, why couldn't he just accepted it? But it's like, people don't understand. That's his contractual right. He earned that right when he signed that contract.
Right.
So, and any person who said that Cole Parayko is a good defenseman, despite what everybody says. Oh, he's weak. He doesn't do enough. He's not physical enough. And although I agree with those, he's still a fantastic defenseman. So, is he Alexander Pietrangelo? No, but not everybody is. So Colton Parayko he does what he's paid to do. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
So Cam Fowler with two blocked shots tonight. Blues are doing a good job blocking shots. They have blocked a lot of shots, but San Jose hasn't disguised very much for the Blues. It's been pretty easy block shots wise.
SoCal said, or South County, Missouri says, I would have loved the Parayko return from Buffalo. Yeah, okay. But again, we talked about this in depth. It should have never been leaked. And it's not on Parayko. It's on Buffalo. They screwed this up.
Oh, very good try there. San Jose almost puts one.
I could.
What was that?
No, Ryan's pushing buttons again.
Yeah, no, for me, like I said, I just don't think that that Colton Parayko would have waived his no trade clause, regardless of if it broke or not. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I think that I just think that it was not going to happen. It was not going to happen.
Yeah, this puck takes a weird bounce, and then the Sharks get a rebound, hits off the post.
Yeah, Bennington was good there.
Scoring chances 3-2 in favor of the Sharks. That was San Jose's best chance right there. That was their best pressure right there. They've had a lot of just kind of shoot it into the opponent's shin. A lot of Kevin Shattenkirk play. Hopefully. Oh, very good forecheck by Sundqvist there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Blues get a.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're playing with 5 defensemen, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true too. I forget about that. Bennington right there. He came out and played that puck. Perfect. I know I sound like I'm a Bennington, on Bennington's jockey, but I'm telling you, when he plays the puck, what I see from him and what I keep hearing, Hofer's so great at playing the puck. Hofer's so good at. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not as good as people thinks he is playing the puck. Few missed passes there. Trying to set something up and missing the back pass.
Yeah, Blues are struggling, kind of connecting right now, but it's going to take a minute. I do believe that it is a hard thing. Not that it's an excuse, but like you said, you don't see the 5 defenseman thing very often. So
yeah, well, it's trade deadline day. Teams usually have a hard time connecting. Guys that you expect to be there aren't there anymore.
Yeah,
right. Trade deadline day is a tough day for any team.
Nice save there.
No, you know what? It is a tank thing. It's a tank thing. It's the Tarasenko thing. It's the Krug thing. There are things that don't need to be put out. And there are things that I'm sorry, I want to be a reporter. I really do. Right? But at the same time, there's some here we go. Go Neighbors. Oh, yep, we're dropping. Neighbors is flinging. Go Neighbors. That's 2 fights in this game. Oh, come on, Neighbors. There you go. Oh, no, Neighbors ducks his head on the punch. Yeah, he can't get the punch in. The Sharks guy. Goudreau was a little late to the dance. Neighbors was ready to go, and then he didn't go, and then Goudreau decided he wanted to go after that. This is interesting because you don't. This is the first time you're seeing the Sharks. These 2 teams do have history with the 2019 stuff, and the Sharks are finally getting competitive again. The Blues, I do think, like I said, I don't think the Blues are as far off as everybody says. You'll get your few pieces in. You're getting younger, so I think these 2 teams will be pretty competitive again, and they'll be pretty identical here soon in a couple of years. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Neighbors versus Goudreau and good scrap. That's what the Blues put out. That was a good scrap. That was good. Right. I kind of like what I saw there. I like what the Blues players are bringing, the energy they're bringing. Right. Sometimes it's the trade deadline stuff. I think as a GM, and I know. I mean, I watched. And again, I know it's a movie, but I also did read part of the book. As a GM, I understand Billy Bean's philosophy of not being attached to the players, so you don't have so you can trade them. I get that. But the one thing that a GM has to understand, above and beyond that this is a business, above and beyond that this is a business, let me keep saying this, above and beyond that this is a business, is the human aspect of this. For me, if I'm a GM, and correct me if I'm wrong, tell me if you think I'd be the woke GM if I did this. If I was the GM, end of the season, Marianne, if I was the GM prior to trade deadline or when the first rumor, I would walk down, pull the guys in a closed door and say, okay, I want you guys to know this. This is how I feel. Don't listen to the trade rumors. A lot of it is just that. If there is something brewing that is more than a phone call, I will talk to you personally. Other than that, it's poopy. It's poopy. Ignore it. And you gotta you see two things happen after the trade deadline with teams, and it's kind of counterproductive or counterintuitive. You see where the teams A, they struggle because guys that they thought were there, were always there, aren't there anymore. But B, now they have that weight lifted up, so they play with more energy. It's a two-way. It's a strong two-way sword there. But I think as a GM, you gotta let players know, and even if it's going to be on a one-on-one basis, right? Hey, this is what we're looking at. This is what we think. And for a player, first of all, you can love
that was.
Go ahead.
That was no. I was just saying. I was watching that play develop. That was an excellent play by Berggren off the boards there.
You can love working for a company, and if they hire somebody else that does a job similar, are you going to get upset and say, maybe not? But if you love working for a company and company B comes along and offers you something different, are you going to move? If you get offered more money, more than likely, loyalty's not there. The loyalty's not there on either side.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I just think that was a really good shot.
Oh, Snuggerud. In the wheelhouse. Good try there by Snuggerud.
Yeah, they're playing with that energy, man. They're playing with that energy.
Like I said, right? I think that the changing of the new guard, and this is why that you could. I know we've been having the discussion that things need to change, and we've been talking about Thomas, we've been talking about Kyrou, but I think that not trading those guys was the right decision, and I think possibly changing the old guard into the new guard and giving these young guys the actual footing now where you actually, Robert Thomas is your guy. I mean, he's been your guy. Kyrou, he's got to step up. Bush is there. You have, Broberg, Holloway, Mayu. Doug talked a lot about Mayu getting power play time, which he should. So, I mean, you're looking at a changing of the guard, and maybe that helps your team with the culture.
Yeah. I want to see what we got. I want to see if these guys can do what what we thought they could do, right? Tage Thompson kind of deal, right? There was no room for Tage Thompson. We traded him away. We got the cup. Could we have gotten the cup with Tage? I don't know, but we got it with O'Reilly. Everyone's happy with it. Tage got to go prove what he can do. We have kids that need to prove what they can do on us. And if there are guys standing in their way, we need to move them out of the way. That's what happens.
And to answer your question, I love Tage. He's a fantastic player. He created himself a massive big deal, or he created himself to be a massive big deal in Buffalo. But if Tage was still on this team, no, the Blues would not have a Stanley Cup because the Blues would have not had – or Tage Thompson would have not had the opportunity that he had in Buffalo.
And that's true, and I acknowledge that. I really do acknowledge that.
So who knows? He could have been possibly a good player.
Marianne asked the question on everybody's mind: who gets the C? I know where I'm putting it. There's no ands, ifs, or buts in my mind. I don't see any other player getting it.
Well, it sucks to say because look, Jake Neighbors can be in that discussion. He can be. Look, but my problem with the fact of making Jake Neighbors the captain for me is from a production standpoint. So I love Jake Neighbors. I think he does what he needs to do. He has all the attitude in the world to be a captain. He's smart enough. If you ever watch his interviews and post game, interviews, he's a very smart individual for such a young kid.
Yeah.
But he is someone that he doesn't have he's not as productive as a guy like Thomas. And I think that although it doesn't say all the time like that you have to be productive, because I think Braden Shin wasn't as productive as he needed to be, but he did his thing with attitude, his grit, his physicality. But I think Jake is just too young at this point. I think the fact that we don't have Braden Shin now, it's going to be a telling sign to see what Jake Neighbors does, to see how he responds to not having Braden Shin there anymore.
Yeah. The other thing for me, well, here's the thing that hasn't been talked about with Shin. Was Shin the locker room problem? Was Shin as a captain the locker room problem?
I don't know. I feel like it would be so hard to say yes. I don't think so.
It is. I don't know the answer. I don't know a yes. I don't know a no. But it's something to think about. Look how quick he waved that to the Islanders. I mean, he waved it right away. That was a team on his no trade list.
Yeah, but then again, I want to preface this though. You got to look at it like this though. Braden Shin is not getting younger. Braden Shin is getting older. So Braden Shin wants to play meaningful hockey. I mean, not that the Blues are bad, because I do think that the Blues could turn around, but Blues need to change, and I think Braden Shin do that. I think Braden Shin wants to have a shot at a cup. Do I think the Islanders are going to be playoff, cup contenders? No, I don't. I don't think the Islanders are winning the cup. I have to be realistic. They're a fun team to watch, but they're not winning the cup.
Yeah.
But I think Braden Shin wants to play playoff hockey. I think that's what he's built for.
I hate to say this, I don't think anybody in the West beating Colorado in a 7-game series. I don't see it. I don't. God, and history's not on their side. History's not on their side, because every team that's set the record for wins, which they're on the pace to do, has gotten knocked out of by the second round.
Yeah. There's 3 teams that you could talk about: Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas. I'm still on the Dallas bandwagon. I think Dallas is obviously going to be a hard team to play. Colorado, we talked about this when I was live with Matty Lips, our buddy. Colorado, to me, if I'm taking one over the other, Colorado, yes, has the star power, but Dallas has the USA version. And I compared the Olympic game to Dallas and Colorado. Like, who would I rather take? I would go with Dallas because I think that they can win close games. I think Dallas is more like USA, and Colorado's like Team Canada. They have more of the star power, but Dallas has the better back end, I think, and I think they have the better goaltender, especially for the playoffs. So I think if Nathan McKinnon and them cannot carry that heavy load, I think Colorado can struggle. I do like the moves that they made, although I don't like Kadri. I think Kadri's a great addition for them again. Nicholas Waugh to their team. They added some depth, because I did not believe in this Colorado team depth-wise before the deadline.
I'm surprised they added Kadri. I really am.
Yeah, it was definitely a last-second thing, that's for sure. Eklund trying to make a move.
Kadri's got term, and he's not an easy guy to trade.
Just watch Broberg, man. How can you not love what you see from Philip Broberg? Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah. Guy is just amazing to watch.
The energy. There's a lot of energy tonight. There's energy tonight that we have not seen in the past. And as you say, that one goes off his skate.
Well, and I think for me, well, I'm not gonna blame him on that one, but for me, I think I know you're talking about Schenn possibly is Schenn possibly the problem. For me, I don't think so. I think for me, I think if anything, I think the changing of the old guard into the new guard would be the reason that this team turns it around, more than Schenn being the problem.
I don't know.
But who knows? Braden Shin just doesn't strike me as a guy that would cause locker room problems. I mean, look at how many guys he's taken under his wing that he let live with him and kind of mentored him in a way. I find it hard.
Something was going on in that locker room. There was a tiff going on in that locker room, and I don't know if it was between the youngsters and the old guys, if it was, but something was going on. And you look right here. You look right here at my nose. What we're seeing on the ice, this is a totally different team, right?
I mean, it's nothing.
11-3. The energy is there.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, the first game with each other, and you already had 2 fights. I feel it. Obviously, getting outshot 11-3 isn't good, but I do think that they've had some opportunities. They have been in the zone more times than what you would think for 11. Being outshot 11-3. But I think San Jose's been riding this high this year. They've definitely gotten better. They're younger, and for me, they're a hungrier team. They're younger. They want to prove themselves. Not that the Blues do not, but the Blues obviously it took a minute to get connected, like passes wise and stuff. But not too bad of a period. We have any comments? We were flying with the comments here.
No, I think we're caught up on the comments.
All right.
Last comment was Bennington has owned this period, and then Shockey replied, he's challenged the shots, being more aggressive towards the shooter. Yeah, I'm seeing that too. So we're caught up on the comments. By the way, if you see me, my teeth are bothering me today. So
Yeah, no, you're good.
no, that's more to everyone else. I think because they got to do it like this because they feel they're not loose, but they just don't feel right.
Yeah, so I mean, and you look at the teams in the NHL right now, and we talked about captaincy. I know I said I'll focus on the game. I have focused on the game, but and I have been talking about it. But how many teams in the NHL do you think don't have a captain? Just take a guess. Don't look it up. Take a guess.
I'd say 4.
You're close. 5. 5 teams do not have a captain. The Blues, Chicago, the Sharks, so the team we're playing, they don't have a captain.
Yeah.
Vancouver, and do you have a guess on who that last one is?
And the last
they're
one?
The last one. They're in. I'll tell you, they're in the Eastern Conference. That's the only guess I'll get. Only hint I'll give you.
The Islanders?
No.
Rangers?
No. No, sir.
Say again?
No.
Huh.
Period. Well, there's the first period. It is the reason I asked you because of who the team is. It's Boston.
Boston. Okay.
Boston does not. And the reason I said to guess because we beat them for the cup. So, so those are the 5 teams without a captain, which is actually surprising. Obviously, we're going to get I highly doubt that we're not going to see Bedard not get the captaincy here eventually. I feel like Bedard's going to get the captaincy. I mean, I feel like that's getting me.
He will. And, I mean, eventually. I think the Chicago and San Jose are 2 teams that have not – they don't have a captain because they haven't chosen one. They've kept A's. Boston maybe in that same, but I know with St. Louis and who was the other one that didn't have it? Vancouver, I think they traded their captain. And very rare do you name a captain in mid-season. Used to be happen all the time, but it doesn't happen as much now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just interesting because I saw it and I was like, you know what, that's St. Louis is not the only team that doesn't have a captain currently. Obviously, some the few other teams they haven't had captains like San Jose and Blackhawks. They haven't had captains because they're going through a rebuild. They're picking their guy. Obviously, I think Bedard's your guy. Honestly, man, Celebrini for me. I'm a bigger fan of. I think both are great players, but I'm a bigger fan of Macklin Celebrini over Bedard. To be honest, yeah. I like both, but Celebrini to me, he makes players around him good, and I think Bedard does too. But Bedard's a shooter. I think Celebrini is capable of really going through a defense. Bedard's not a guy that really takes control of any game. I think that people set him up for shots. Like he's not a playmaker, in my opinion. He's a pure goal scorer, and I feel like if they're not setting him up, he's not having success.
I'm with you.
I know Wendy would kill me for that. I know. Wendy would kill me for that comment. I know. What do we have here for comment? What do you have on the screen here?
Hold on a sec. Hold on. Stephen Glass says, I can't see the Blues having a captain until maybe the start of next season or perhaps longer. They've already said it. I mean, Armstrong came out and said Steen and Montgomery are going to get together over the summer and determine what they want to do. So that's there. First period, good first period for the Blues. They were outshot 11-3, but I don't feel like they were outplayed 11-3. They are leading 1-0 on a goal by Stuggerud with an assist from Holloway and Fowler. Bennington has played very well, challenging shooters. While the stats may tilt towards the Sharks, and they do, face-off 10-3 in favor of the Sharks. Blues have 10 attempts. The Sharks have 18 attempts. Blues have 9 hits. Sharks have 7. Sharks had 11 giveaways to the Blues, 8. And actually, they changed the hits 10-7 in favor of the Blues. Takeaways 3-2 in favor of the Blues. Block shots 4-3 in favor of the Blues. And then the other thing's the same. Lots of penalties, though. We had some penalties, and they were all legitimate for the most part. Holloway got a fighting, and so did Farrell, but Farrell got the extra roughing. And then Neighbors and Goodrow both get fighting major. So 2 fights in this one.
Now, what's up?
I want to ask a question. And this isn't just a question of Justin. I want to ask this a question of the 4 billion people that are watching this show. 4. Do you think with Schenn gone, who would you just have the fight from? Neighbors and Holloway. The young guys feel the training wheels are off. With 2 old guys gone, that the young guys feel like the training wheels are off.
Yeah, I think that it was a good period. Obviously, you'd like to see the shots raised a little bit, but I thought overall the energy. I think for me, the Blues, they tried to play a physical game. I think San Jose handled it beautifully. I think San Jose, they're a young team, they're a faster team. They are a team that is trying to use their skill, while the Blues are kind of trying to show that physicality side. We saw it with the hits and everything. They were bringing the energy with that. Holloway with a big one right in the opening. For me, I didn't talk to you about this, but I wanted to do like MVPs for like periods, like what we thought, like who was the most valuable player in that period. I think that there's a few guys that you could possibly give that to. I think Holloway had a good period. I think Neighbors obviously had a good period with, the 2 fights, of course. Bennington was good. But again, it's hard for me not to, with the ability of what I saw. I have to go with Broberg. And I know I've been on Broberg's nuts here recently, but I'm going to go with him just because of I think he was very good in that period. I think he created a lot of things for the Blues to get out of the zone effectively. He's being taxed playing a lot of minutes with Colt Parayko out. We don't have Faulk. We're running 5 defensemen. He has to be the big guy, and I think he was.
Yeah, no, I agree. He had a good game. He's showing growth. He's showing a lot of growth. I feel like we may have gotten really, really lucky with these trades that it opened the locker room up, and it's going to allow. It took the training wheels off. It took the training wheels off.
So do me a favor because I'm interested. A name that I did not hear much in that period is Jordan Kyrou. So I want to see Jordan Kyrou shifts because I don't think he was on the ice very much.
He had a couple of shots.
I do remember the one shot, but I don't think that he was. He might have been, but I don't think he was on the ice very much in that period.
431 had 6 shifts, which is kind of close to what most of the forwards had. Torpachenko had 5. Thomas had 9. Snuggerud had 8. Suter had 7. Mailou had 9. So, yeah, maybe not. Maybe his shifts were down. Walker had 6. Berggren had 5. Finley, maybe. He might have got dropped the line. Well, Pavel, who's he play with? He plays with Pavel and I don't even know what line he's on.
Neighbors. Probably right? Pavel and Neighbor. Yeah, Kyrou, Pavel, and Neighbors.
You know why he didn't have as many minutes?
Why?
Who spent 5 minutes in the penalty box?
Oh, Kyrou. Was that Kyrou that spent 5 minutes in the penalty box?
No.
Oh, Neighbors, right?
Neighbors. Their line mate. Sometimes that affects guys going out there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just was curious about it because I knew he was on the ice obviously, but I didn't hear his name much. I saw the one shot that he took, and then I was like, I didn't really hear his name after that.
Yeah. No, I think
yeah.
He did play lower minutes, I will say that. Kyrou only played 431. Berggren 612. Dvorsky 411. So the guys being in the box kind of affected that. Right? The 2 guys being in the box kind of affected that. So that's the way I see it. Could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. It was a good period, I think.
Yeah, it was not bad. Okay, so one thing I am interested in because we've been doing it, but I want to go over
Twitter comments because I'm interested to see how this team or how this fan base is viewing what we saw in the first period after after the trade deadline, of course. Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the 29 seconds in Holloway with the Ferrario hit or whatever, or the fight, I should say. So first comment is Max playing hockey or is my boy Dylan throwing down? Okay. Holloway is stronger than he looks. He is. He is a guy that's physical, and that's probably partially the reason why he's as injured as he usually is because he's his style. Honestly, Holloway plays a style that he probably doesn't even need to play, but he does because he's a blue collar guy. I don't know how you feel about that, but
no, I'm good. You're good.
Little interactiveness here. We don't got any comments. We need your interactiveness.
Comments. I'm letting you read the comments, bud.
Who's got the clip? And then F it Holloway for captain. I don't think we're going that far.
No.
But I like Holloway, but I don't think so. Here we go. This I knew was coming. Jimmy Snuggerud, he scores. First comment from your favorite guy on Twitter, the anonymous Blues Muse. I'm just going to say his name because he's out there. He said, "Stop winning," was his comment, and he said,
Can we
"Someone
reply to
comment."
that? Stop posting.
I would, I would, but I don't know if I want to be. I enjoy listening to it, so I don't know if I want to be blocked, so I can't listen to it.
Dumbass. If he's going to make a dumbass comment like that, I'm going to make a dumbass one too. Stop posting.
Oh, well, I mean, you can reply to him. That's First Amendment right, dude. If you want to reply to him, more power to you. But someone commented and said, he said, "I'm laughing at this, but I agree." So someone agrees there.
Can I say this? I fucking hate tank. I hate the tank squad. I think that you are proving you are not fans. You are absolutely proving you're not fans, because if you want a tank, you want those guys who you've been bitching at all freaking year about not putting any effort to finally not put any effort. You're happy with them not putting any effort. You're contradicting yourselves, you dumbasses.
It's kind of contradictory, like you said. You can't say, "Oh, well, these guys aren't showing up. Oh, these guys are overpaid," but then say, "Oh, like when they lose, or then when they win or whatever, what you expect them to win, because that's what your stance was at the beginning of the season." And then when they don't win, you want to change up and say, "Oh, just tank, just blow it all up." Yeah. I mean, it's very hypocritical. It's very contradictory. But yeah, no, I agree.
If they play good, if they go out and play hard and lose, okay. Okay. The couple seasons ago when we traded everybody, traded Tank and all that, the team just they went out and played. They just couldn't get it together.
Yeah, right? I mean, it was
it didn't. There were some guys that gave no effort, but you've talked about it like with Schenn. You've talked about like Schenn. You thought Schenn was playing like a guy that knew he was getting traded. You've talked about that for a while, right? Robert Thomas hasn't played like a guy that thought he was going to get traded. Damn it. Kyrou hasn't played like a guy that thought he was going to get traded.
Thomas has been good. We were everybody was on the trade Thomas bandwagon, but he's been good since coming back from injury. So, everybody who's on that bandwagon, I don't really understand it, but so getting back to it, just so I can get through them a little bit. It says feels weird without Schenn. It does feel a little weird without Schenn, but I think we'll get used to it pretty quickly. I mean, Schenn was a guy that if you were not expecting him to be moved, then I don't think you were watching. I think Schenn being moved should not be a shock to anybody. Here we go. Another comment. We need to lose.
We need what? To lose?
Yeah, we need to lose was another comment. Blues fans who want Blues fans who want to let the young guys play when the young guys play actually score. Okay, so I don't hate that comment. It says Blues fans who want to let the young guys play when the young guys actually score. So I guess I kind of understand what he's saying, but kind of not. It's kind of a weird comment. He said, "Damn, I guess Tank is over," which again, I don't understand. Like I said, you could be competitive. See, and that's the bad. See, but that's why I continue to say that this Blues team is not as bad as what their record is and what they have done this year. Because if you're on the Tank bandwagon, you think that this team is abysmal. And if they're winning, they're proving you wrong. So they're clearly not as bad as you think they are. And then another one is Tank is off, I suppose. So obviously a lot of the Tank, obviously I knew I would see a bunch of this. And this is why I wanted to go over these, because it was going to be interesting how people reacted to this game after the deadline. Let's go. This team is so unbearable, which is interesting. I don't know if this is from a San Jose fan or no, this is a Blues fan. this team is unbearable. I don't understand why you'd make this comment on a Jimmy Snuggerud goal, but okay.
Yeah.
And then another guy says F.
That's another tanker. That's someone who wants a tank. They want us to lose 5-0 every night, and then complain about us losing 5-0 every night.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So this one was from the actual video of the goal. It just was what a beauty. So not much on that comment, but positivity there. So that's nice. Neighbors versus Goudreau, good scrap. Real scrappy out there, which was first comment. Which it is for for two teams that haven't played each other all year. They've had 2 fights, which is interesting. Jake gonna take over now.
There's history there. There's 2 Western Conference.
I said that. Yeah, there is history. Jake gonna take over now, losing every fight. Okay. Okay.
He didn't lose every. He didn't.
I don't know. That was a comment I read.
What's your opinion on Fowler today? Fowler's had a good game. I don't have any issue with Fowler today.
Fowler's been fine. Fowler's a guy that, for me, with his age, if you're not noticing Fowler, he's doing his part. If you're noticing Fowler, it's probably for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So the fact that that I can sit here and say that he played good because I didn't notice him, it's not a shot at him. It's just if he's not being mentioned, then he's doing things right.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
So 2 fights already. I love to see Blues hockey. A good comment, yeah, because that is Blues hockey, physicality. Trying to be physical. Next captain right there. I understand it. He's a fan favorite, but I just don't see how you pass up Robert Thomas. I just don't. My captain, that was for Schenner. Neighbors wants that C, and captain, my captain. So a lot of Jake Neighbors, a lot of jumping the gun on Jake Neighbors.
That's Jason Nichols with 21 different
21 different accounts. Yeah, he's got 21 burner accounts. So right now we're getting underway for this. We're getting underway for the second period, but they're showing Braden Schenn in the highlights of the Stanley Cup. Man, what a memorable run! They're showing his goal from the Stanley Cup Game 7 final. Very good goal. Great play by Tarasenko. Honestly, an end of an era, and again, a great captain. Despite his play and his production, he was a good captain for the Blues. He was what he needed to be.
Right. That sealed when Tarasenko passed that to Schenn, that sealed the game. That sealed it for me. That was the end of it. There was no way they were coming back. When they made it 3-0, there was no way. And that goal, while Schenn gets the credit, that was all Tarasenko. And I've talked about it before. The way he looked off Charlie Coyle, it was absolutely. He's got Bergeron, or not Bergeron.
Bergeron?
No, the big guy.
Chara.
Chara. He's got Chara bottled up, and he looks off. He looks back behind the net, and Coyle immediately goes behind the net and starts heading towards the net, and that just freed up that hole for Schenn to come down. Right.
Oh yeah, it was definitely Tarasenko creating that play. He scores a big goal. For me, the changing point in Game 7 for me was the honestly, even though it was the first period, it was the Pietrangelo goal, the bad Marchand change. I think that pretty much sealed it for me.
No, well, it was 2-0 there, and well, Pat Maroon was on NHL Network yesterday. I mean, today, and he said 2 things. First of all, he said, he talked about Bennington, and he said, Game 7 that could have been 5-0. Bennington stood on it. Bennington was just amazing there. Gotcha, right? Avs beat Dallas in overtime. Good game, really. The closet Avs fan here. And then he's talked about how crazy it is that Stanley Cup contender is going to be out. Oh wow! I thought he scored. What a save! That
was an absolutely excellent save.
Wow.
And again, I don't know. I don't know who hits this puck out of midair. I don't know if it's Thomas or if it's Snuggerud. But oh my goodness,
Thomas. No, it's not actually.
Oh no, it's Snuggerud. But again, this is why that I created the prospect of why would you want to get rid of Thomas when you have Jimmy Snuggerud? I think these two are going to be magic together.
Yeah.
I really do.
Right.
And that was a great. I cannot believe he didn't score that.
Says,
what a save!
Thomas for Jake. Well, easy. How he is off the ice and in the dressing room, and that is okay. Fair enough. I think Thomas is probably just as good in the dressing room too, but we don't know that. I mean, again. Oh, you waited, Bush. You waited too long on that one. You should have. That should have been a instead of a snapshot. That should have been a one-timer. One-timer that goes in the net. You had a backdoor feed.
I can see that, but I could also have seen that. I don't know who passed that to him. I might have been Kyrou. Kyrou probably, he should have just shot that. He had a lot of space. But yeah, no, I do agree. I do agree. But, I'm not pooping on Kyrou. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying Kyrou in that wheelhouse, he's got to shoot that puck.
I get it.
Which is weird because that's kind of how I feel sometimes. I feel like Jordan Kyrou, he gets a lot of shots on that, and then I feel like if he doesn't, there's some games where he'll get a lot of shots, and if he doesn't get through the goaltender, I feel like he decides he's gonna pass up on shot opportunities sometimes. Which that's what it feels like sometimes. Not all the time. I do think he's a shot first guy, but I just think sometimes there's times where he gets the puck in prime real estate and he doesn't shoot the puck. But let's be honest. That's typical Blues hockey, though. That's like overpass. Not just Kyrou. Everybody does it. Robert Thomas overpasses sometimes. Yeah. Bush overpasses sometimes. I mean, everybody on the Blues. That's the Blues MO.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they just don't know how to get that puck where it needs to go. I mean, it's a tight game. I'll say that. I mean, they've only given up one shot this period. Or two shots. They've given up two shots this period. And taken two, so that could be wrong. I'm looking at 13 to 5, where on the screen it says 12 to 5. So they could have taken one off. Oh, the clock was frozen there for a while. That clock didn't move. That clock stayed frozen for a bit.
I didn't even see it, to be honest. See,
that clock didn't move. This is going to be a longer period. They need to look at that.
But that's another thing, guy. I've watched. I mean, like I said, I know they do, they calculate everything. They kind of go through and make changes to the stats and whatnot. Watching it back and whatnot. But if you ever just watch it, there's times where you'll watch a game, and if you just pay attention to the clock or the shot count, there's things that just change, and they change randomly. Like a team will go a while without a shot, and then somehow they'll manage to have 2 shots on the board, and I'm just I don't remember seeing 2 shots. It's weird, and I get it. It's a minute thing, but it's if you're gonna do stats, you got to get them kind of at least a little accurate,
I've seen a game at SAP Center. It's not a bad place to see a game. It's got some good seats, and I've seen one from the upper level. I've seen a Western Conference Final game. Should have got my butt kicked. After they won that game, I walked through the hall singing "When the Blues Go Marching In." Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. I want to be in that number.
Great save by Bennington there. Good save by Bennington. Also, yeah, this was a very good. This was probably the best chance right here for the
Oh
Sharks.
yeah.
But good, Bennington up to the task. Um, yes, San Jose fans they're not bad fans. They're loyal fans. They're if you're showing up at San Jose to watch your team, you really are a San Jose fan, and you're loyal to that fan base. They're getting good. It's good for them. But yeah, they're not a physical type. They're pretty good fan base fans wise.
We're talked about writing articles. I wonder if I should write an article about because a lot of people want to go to 1v8 to where and I'm against it. I think I should write an article also about that, how the 1v8 is a false narrative.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. Because it's a false narrative, especially this isn't March Madness. Okay. This isn't where you've got 180 teams or 100 and whatever it is, 20 teams or whatever it is, and you cut it down to 64, and the guy at the top is playing, a school where none of those guys would be on the practice squad of the school at the top. That's not what this is, right? In the NHL, and I talk about this all the time, the difference between the best team in the league and the worst team in the league is minuscule. But we as fans look at it through an electron microscope, so we see this distance being much, much wider. With all that being said, when you have your 1v8, I mean, how many times can I look and find that an 8 seed won the cup? The last or the team that came in last in the wild card won the cup. It happens regularly. It's not to sit there and say, oh, it needs to be 1v4 so you don't have a Stanley Cup contender out in the first round no matter what. One of those three is going to be out in the first round no matter what anyways, statistically. That's what people miss. Statistically, one of those teams, 2 to 4, is going to not be in the next round.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely it's a good article topic. Because I think a lot of people do want a different formula to the playoff.
Pat Maroon was on NHL Network today, and he brought it up. He brought it up and said we got to go 1v8, and it's a false. Okay, other way.
Great play by Ferrario there on Neighbors.
Well, I thought I didn't realize we'd switch side. When you see something like that, you're thinking, oh my God, we're about somebody just made a turnover. Puck's about to be in the back of our net. It's a false pretense that if you go 1v8, that 1 through 4 are going to advance every year. They're not. And that's the thing that I think everybody misses. 1v4 does not mean, or 1v8 does not mean that 1 through 4 advances every season.
Yeah, I mean, what people don't look at the one clear cut obvious thing to why this holds some truth is look at the President's Trophy winners.
Yeah. How many
times
first or second round?
Yeah, a bunch. I mean, just last year they got Winnipeg gets knocked out in the second round. They should have been out in the first round.
First round, yeah. Ooh, Thomas almost had a tip in there.
Oh, very good. I'm sorry, dude, but you're only seeing a small sample size, but I just don't understand why this Blues fandom was so in favor of getting rid of Robert Thomas. He creates so much offense for you. Why?
I think it was the return. I think that they thought the return would be so huge that it would be worth it. I'll play devil's advocate there. That I think they thought the return would be so good that it would be worth giving him up. However, the return in and of itself it wasn't a guaranteed return. It was a prospect return. And, you and me have talked about, do prospects pan out? We talked about that a lot, right?
Yeah. And again, it is a move. I get it. You have to take risks to, make things happen. But again, this is why why me and Guy talked about what this team was and what Doug was saying. If you listen to Doug when he talked about this, in his, media thing earlier, when he was asked about, is this a retool, rebuild? If you notice, he didn't answer the question. He didn't answer. He didn't answer. So what that tells me is, first of all, either he doesn't know what it is, or for me, it's not a rebuild. It's 100% not a rebuild.
It's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I think. I think Doug thinks that this year was an anomaly. He's seen the NHL. I think it's been weird. But I think for me, if you traded Robert Thomas, and yes, you could get prospects. Yes, you could get a haul for him. But that is of the prospect of if they pan out or not. If they pan out, great. But what if they don't pan out? Then this team is very bad. So, obviously, you still have some bright spots there. Jimmy Snuggerud, Dvorsky, all of them. But they need pieces around them. They need guys that know what, not other young guys. I mean, other young guys are not going to do it. You talk about this with Joe Holford. You need a veteran presence back there, right?
Yeah,
that's the same. That's the same for players. So
I absolutely believe that. I know you don't. I know you don't. Well,
I have. It's 50-50.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
It's 50-50. I don't not believe in it. I think a veteran presence is good. Hofer has that now. Bennington is there. Obviously, a veteran presence would do him well. But again, I'm not also against the prospect of having, if the Blues did, trade, Bennington to like Toronto, and your return was Joseph Woll. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. So I'm 50-50. I don't disagree, and I don't 100% agree with you. So
yeah, I see. I don't think as good as Woll is, I think right there you're hurting yourself.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
that was close.
Cairo, I wish David wasn't ready for it. I think if you get Woll, you're hurting the growth of one of your two goalies. Right? You're absolutely hurting the growth of either Woll or Hofer. You got to have one or the other. If I'm trading for Woll, I'm trading Hofer. Right? And then I'm still trying to get that veteran presence, because that's what I don't think Woll has in Toronto, is that veteran goalie presence. I could be wrong.
Toronto doesn't. Stolarz is a great goalie. Stolarz is an excellent goalie to have over there. But Toronto's, shockingly enough, I talk about this with Edmonton and Toronto. Their back end, their goaltending has always been a sore spot for them. But I mean, look at Toronto. Toronto's an absolute dumpster fire. You want to talk about St. Louis being a dumpster fire. At least St. Louis has a plan in place. Toronto does not.
Yeah. Well, apparently Berube was yelling at the bench and nobody was paying attention to him.
Oh yeah, I think he's lost the room over in Toronto. I think a lot of guys don't like him over there. From what I'm hearing.
I said that when he got hired. He's going to lose that room.
He's just, for one thing, yeah. I mean, Toronto and Craig Berube, although I know that they wanted him, his style of coaching does not match up with how Toronto plays.
No, not in the least bit. And you're not going to change. You're not going to turn thoroughbreds and turn them into quarter horses, or vice versa. Turn quarter horses into thoroughbreds, or mules. You're not going to turn thoroughbreds into mules. And that's what Berube wants. Berube wants a team of mules. And it doesn't work that way. Not anymore.
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's a team in just a sea of nothingness right now. I don't know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing. Toronto. First of all, Toronto needs to hit the reset button. They need to rebuild. They need to get rid of Austin Matthews. They need to get assets back for, and they need to go through a hard rebuild because what they're building over in Toronto, if that may be fine for some Toronto fans.
Would you get rid of Matthews, or would you not build around him?
Well, the thing is Austin Matthews has been there for years now. He's been there for what, since 2015? So he's been there for 10 years now.
To help him score 70 goals every year.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying I'm saying they got rid of Mitch Marner. Toronto has been bad this year. I think they need to get rid of everybody. They need to reset. I mean, not everybody, but you get what I mean. They need to blow it up. They need to get assets for Austin Matthews, get as much as they can for him, trade him now while he's at his, prime or whatever. Get rid of him, get something for him, and then start building for the future. Because what you have now, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not winning a cup.
I don't think you could trade Matthews because of his contract. I think he's making $13 million a year, $14 million a year.
Well, depending on what the return would be, there is teams that have the cap space for him, but I don't know if there are teams that he would go to.
Yeah.
I don't know his contract situation. I don't know if he has a no movement clause or no trade clause or what. But
I think he's got a no movement. But I'll look real quick and tell you, bud.
All right.
I'll look real quick. I have it pulled up. I keep Puckpedia ready to go because I never know when we're going to need it. See, every now and then I got my head out of my ass. Mr. Matthews is making $13.25 for the next 2 years after this year. And he has a no movement clause, full no movement clause. All right. He is probably going to be making 15 to 16 after this.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's fine, and I understand completely why you don't get rid of Austin Matthews. He's a goal scorer. He can do the job. But I'm sorry. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it for what, 10 years now? This team just does not have what it takes to get over the hump. They just don't. And it shows. The leadership, this is why I call Austin, although a great player, this is why I say Austin Matthews is one of the more overrated superstars in the league.
So
because his leader.
On a trade deadline day, Florida beats the Red Wings 3-1. The Avalanche sneak by the Stars in a shootout 5-4. Vancouver doubles up the Blackhawks 6-3. With 5:05 to go, Carolina is up by 1 on the Oilers 4-3. By the same score, the Ducks are up on the Canadiens with 9:31 to go in the third. The Wild are blanking the Knights. And in the final game of the night, the Blues are up 1-0 on the Sharks. Excuse me.
A lot of people, and a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people have been high on Minnesota, and Minnesota's been in the same camp as the Utah Mammoth. Everybody's been so high on those two teams. Minnesota, they are going to be very competitive in the playoffs. They had a good playoffs last year. They added Quinn Hughes. But I don't understand the prospect of putting all your chips on Minnesota so soon. Minnesota has yet to show me that they can be a first round, exit for them. Or not a first round exit. Sorry.
Oh, here we go. Where was this feistiness all season? That's what my question is.
There you go, Jack Finley making himself known. Desharnais, I don't know why Desharnais is laughing. I don't think you. It's a big boy. Oh, they're about even. I think Finley's a little taller, but
he might be a little taller.
He's
a little smaller in the shoulders.
Yeah, Blues are going to get a power play as they should. The Blues do get they get a power play here. They should. Tyler Toffoli.
So you see right now, Thomas is the acting captain. Even though he's got an A, he's the guy over there talking.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I agree with Chris Shockey. I do. I think the case that you would pass up Thomas for Neighbors is the guy. The fact that he is such a team guy that he does play a Braden Shin style, but maybe that's not what you need. You had a Braden Shin as captain.
Yeah.
You had Braden Shin.
Yeah, 3 of them actually.
Yeah, so you had 3 captains that were, really feisty, really up there. Petro for me is not, for me at least.
Well, Petro, everyone wants to remember Petro raising the cup. That's not what I remember Petro. What I remember Petro is laying on the ice with Ben's glove in his face and no one coming to his rescue.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
His defense. That's what I remember.
So Blues on the power play here.
Let's see if they can do a little better this time. Ooh, there we go. Thomas corralled that in the corner nicely.
Oh.
They're getting aggressive. Yeah. They are aggressive on the penalty kill.
So shots currently 14-10. So the Blues have definitely been more on the shot count this period.
7-3 this period.
Yep.
The Russian from Detroit makes the Blues next year. The goalie? Did we get a goalie or I forget who we got?
The Russian from Detroit is Dmitry Belichikov or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
NHL right now, so I did see
we're getting
that.
a penalty. Getting a penalty for cross check.
The Blues are getting it, or
yeah, Blues are getting it in the corner there. Berggren.
Yep. We have 3 first-round picks, 3 third-round picks, 2 fourth-round picks, 2 fifth-round picks, a 6th and a 7th. So no second-round picks.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I can understand why that's a penalty. I mean, granted, let's be honest, I don't know if you just saw it, guy, but granted, what I just saw there, yes, you can call a penalty, but what I saw, what the hell is his name? Sam Reinhart, or no, Bennett. Sam Bennett do last year twice to Jake Neighbors was worse than what I just saw there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Might I add, Jake Neighbors ate a board full of glass last year from clear boarding that should have been called and was not. I don't know if you remember that or not.
So it's a left winger. He's 22 years old. Dmitry
Bushlinikov, I think, or something like that.
Bushlikov. Oh, 2 bushes. Bush and Bush.
Yep, both bushes.
Bushy Bush. In Russia with the KHL, he had 13 goals, 10 assists, 0.61, 8 penalty minutes.
Good save. Well, but again, and you talk about this too. I don't know how good this kid is going to be. Maybe he does make the roster, but maybe you're looking down the line a little bit. And maybe you talk about Pavel and you talk about, he doesn't have, he hasn't really regained his prominence back from being with the Russian line. What if he pans out with this Russian kid that we got? You never know.
Yeah,
So,
I've talked about that. I have talked about that. And you're right. Maybe that will work. Bush and Bush. San Jose on the power play.
San Jose's definitely got some good movement. They're opening up a little bit. This is a lot better than their first power play.
Chris makes a good point. Just because Jake plays a similar style doesn't mean he'd be a similar style captain. That is true.
No, and that's absolutely true. But for me, like I said, I'm just. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't really. People talk about Robert Thomas. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm behind. Celebrini with the power play goal. I don't know if it was a power play, but
It might have been close.
Might have come after the power play.
Well, there he is. You kept Celebrini
No,
off the
even
board
strength.
so far.
It was even strength. He's back on the ice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It just came
You
back
know
on
what?
the ice.
Yeah, the even, they're counted as even strength, but I never do because they're not in the play yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a good, they were knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Good goal here by Celebrini. But
all over the place, so you knew that was coming.
oh yeah, very, very good shot. Just a goal scorer's goal right there. I think that gives Celebrini. I think he's. What's up?
Now you got to get it back.
Yep. So I think Celebrini has he's in the 90 points right now range.
I don't know. He's up there. I haven't looked. I can tell you here in a second.
Yeah, they were just talking about it too.
Well,
that
was the 31st goal. So. Oh, that should have gone in. Who was that? Kyrou, yeah. Kyrou shot falling down. Or no, it was hit by Suter. Maybe, actually, might have been Kyrou.
Oh no, it's not. He was a left-handed shot. It was Suter, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyrou's a right-handed shot.
Too, so I thought it was.
Yeah, Kyrou's right-handed. Jimmy Snuggleball. Yeah, the Blues got to get it back. Like I said, this is still an even game. Still 1-1, still 0-0 technically. But Celebrini was knocking at the door. I would have been shocked if they would have blanked Celebrini. I feel like that would have been unlikely. But
yeah, they played a good. Even at 1-1, it's still a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Still a good game.
Here we go. Icing. Yeah. But Chris, I 100% agree with you, bud. That you're making good arguments on why you could pick Jake Neighbors over Robert Thomas.
Oh, by the way,
again,
I'm going to pull both of us out. I want you to see the background real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Notice it's different on each one. Did you see that?
I didn't see exactly what you were showing. I mean, I saw the picture though, whatever that we did.
Look at there. You have both of them up, right? The vertical and the horizontal.
Yeah. I mean, I have both. I see both screens or whatever.
So look at it. Look at both screens. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull this out again. You like that?
Yeah, no, that's good. You use two different ones. That's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
The tall ones work better on
the vertical.
And this one works better on the back. And I'm also going to try and redo our intro using those.
Yeah, very good.
I like them. I like them a lot. I think you and your buddy, tell your buddy thank you for me.
Yeah.
All right. Tell him if he wants to do some more or have some other ideas. Let us know. I'm willing, man. I'm willing.
All right.
Right. You know what? I got an idea. What do you think if we take the videos of the girls and the boys and see if your buddy can AI animate that and put it all together?
I mean, I can ask. I mean, I can't promise anything.
Yeah, I know. It's just a thought. Just a thought, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Just a thought process. Right? It's all about the thought process.
Bomberito.
Jason Nichols says, Jake, young, loud, and gives his full self every shift. Will we win 3 in a row? Will we ever win 3 in a row in 25, 26? I don't think we will, to be honest with you. But we could. We're on a 2-game winning streak, right? You know, this is a team that we have a chance of beating. I mean, not a great chance.
For all the tankers, they want us to lose. So
yeah. Well, I'm not a tanker.
Well, I know. I'm just saying from a standpoint. Everybody complains that the Blues haven't won. Like the people that say that, like, you should. They can't win 3 in a row, but they want a tank.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
I guess Shockey. So this surprises me. Shockey is in the neighbors camp. I get Thomas has been groomed to be the captain, but Jake has stepped up and has gained the room. Sometimes plans change, and okay. I'm going to be fair and listen. I'm still in the Thomas camp, but I'm listening to you guys on Neighbors. How's that sound? Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, people have talked about what I've talked about it. The one weakness of Thomas's thing is his attitude, where you see him hang his head and lift his head up to this guy.
Yeah, and I've thought about that. I don't know if that's as big of an issue as and I brought it up before. I know I have, but I wonder if it's as big as an issue as we make it out to be. And
I don't think it is.
You're wrong.
I don't think it is, but I think that is a also thing. But I don't know. Jake is still young. I think to make the claim though that he has the room, I think. Oh wow, you're way ahead of me. Ew.
Wow. That was fight for Thomas. Wow.
Again, for all the Thomas haters.
Yeah.
For all the
right, and he gets right in that hole.
For all the bandwagoners that hopped on the let's trade Thomas bandwagon. There you go. Absolutely fantastic. Again, Jimmy Snuggerud makes a play, gets this over to Thomas.
Yeah. 2-1.
Yeah,
Blues.
I mean, and this is gonna create a prospect, because if you look at this, right, the Blues' future we talked about. The Blues' future is bright. It still is. They haven't had the season that they wanted. You look at the prospect of it though. You have 3 wingers that you're gonna have on this team: Jimmy Snuggerud, Jordan Kyrou, and you're gonna have Justin Carbonneau on this team. You have 3 wingers right there that you could put with Robert Thomas. That you could put with Robert Thomas, and it could work.
Yeah.
3 of them. And obviously we don't know what we're getting with Justin Carbonneau. I mean, I pretty much have an idea. The guy really impressed me in camp. I mean, Justin Carbonneau played so well that I was the guy dude, give this guy the contract immediately.
He's leading either his juniors league or his juniors team in goals and points.
Right? Yeah, so I was literally a guy that I'm literally in the he had such an impressive camp that I was like, you know what? Give this guy a contract immediately. I want to see this guy on the Blues. That's how good he was.
He's going to get his 8 games next year. I believe he's going to get his 8 games next year.
Yeah, I think he is, and you go back to why Doug chose him, and he even said that we went with him. We thought that he encapsulated what the Blues are looking for, and I can see it. I saw it in that camp when we were playing the preseason games and everything. He was like our best player.
Yeah.
If anything, he's run over there.
This is why I don't have a problem with where the Blues pick with the Blues picking up 4-game goal streak for Robert Thomas. That's why I don't have an issue with the Blues picking up and with the Blues picking up those picks in that range, in the mid range, the 19 to 25 range, 26 range, because they've done so good finding players in that range. Right? Carbonell was in that range. I just, the Blues are really good at finding players in that range.
There we go. Second period in the books. Blues are up 2-1.
2-1. Yeah. Again, I think it was another well-played period. I don't have an issue with the goal that Celebrini scored at the end of a power play. Since we've come back from the Olympics, we are seeing what May could be. Yeah. He is. And that's why I think he made Mayu and Broberg have both made Parayko expendable, right? In my book, I could be wrong.
Well, and this is the good thing. Well, Broberg has kind of made Parayko a guy that you could move and you could take a chance on, getting that prospect like they did in Buffalo, but he didn't go. But the thing is having Parayko on this team is not a bad thing. This team is not going to I'm not going to be like, oh, well, when Colton Parayko is back, that this team is just going to flat out be terrible again. No, this team gets even better with Colton Parayko on it. If they're performing now without Colton Parayko is good enough to make any defensive core better, not worse.
Yeah.
So they're still young. They're still developing. There's still some guys. I'm not the there's downside to a few of them. I think Tyler Tucker is a guy that's kind of defensively liable at some point. Matt Kessel, they've both been fine. It's not like they've been terrible or nothing, but both guys struggle a little bit on the defensive side of things sometimes, being younger.
Chris, or Nick, Jason, we're not making the playoffs. It's not happening.
Man, okay? I'll tell you what, Jason, you love the extreme. I'll tell you what.
Sam Mazzella. Sam, how you doing, buddy? Miss you, man. Miss you. We miss you on the show, bud. And he gives kudos to Parayko. We've talked about it. I'm in the Parayko. Parayko did the right thing. I'm sorry. I really feel like they need to absolutely start reining in the media, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the trading of the captain. I don't. I really don't. Sometimes it's put it this way. What's it easier to do? Trade the captain or take the C away? I think it's a lot easier to trade them than it is to take the C away. It will not be Parayko. I think it will be right now. I think from what I'm hearing, Thomas or Neighbors. Sorry, man. I'm just
I can make case. Yeah, Parayko is not going to be your captain. Parayko is set to be your A. He's always been your A. Not that he's not a good player and he doesn't have the room or nothing, but Robert Thomas to me is your guy. Jake Neighbors. I hope all the Jake Neighbors fans, I would understand if he got it. I would not be upset by it. For me, though, how would you feel about the prospect of obviously giving Thomas the C, but you obviously Jake Neighbors would get your assistant captain? I think that starting him out as
I could see that.
Yeah,
right.
Starting him out as an assistant captain, I think is a better choice than starting him at a captain role.
I think you would have. This is how I think it's going to go. Thomas gets your C. Parayko gets the full-time C. Neighbors and possibly
Broberg. I would give it to Broberg.
Broberg get your alternate Cs. Though very rarely do you see, but we had it just before. 2 defensemen have Cs or have alternate letters, right?
Yeah, I would give it. So I know. So we have a permanent. Obviously, a permanent assistant would be Parayko.
Yeah.
I would give Thomas the C. I would give Neighbors the home assistant, and I would give Broberg the away assistant.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. I'd be
Because
really okay with
you make because you give people the fanfare. Yes, you want Neighbors to be your captain. Start him out as an assistant, and you give him the A at home because he's a fan favorite. He brings the energy at home, and I think Broberg is a perfect guy that you can put as an assistant on the road because I think he performs really well on the road.
Well, Sam says, Sam, you're actually partially right. He says, I don't think Schenn was the problem. I'm starting to think he might have been. But the last three captains either got traded or released. No, Petrangelo did not get released. He refused to sign. He signed elsewhere. So that was on him. All on him. Truthfully, I don't think the Blues as a whole are a bad team. Bennington has cost them wins. No, he is not. Give Snuggerud the C. Ha, ha, ha. Nah, he's not even close. I'm digging the home thing. Jason says, okay, I'm digging the home thing with Neighbors. Right?
Absolutely. You literally because you play to the fan needs right there. That what that shows me as a Blues fan, if I'm looking at it from an outsider's perspective, although I'm a Blues fan, you're giving the fans what they want halfway. So you're meeting them halfway. You're not giving him the captaincy, but you're giving him the assistant captain, but you're giving it to him at home where he thrives and he's a fan favorite.
Sam, I do not believe, and Justin's got his knives out. He's got his machete out. He's got his M60 out. He's got his harpoon whistle. He's got his tomahawk. They're all aimed at me. Bennington has not cost the team wins. The team has cost the team wins. Bennington has not played as bad as everybody thinks Bennington's played. Yes, you can fire all your weapons at me when I'm done, but I do think that that's a misnomer. Okay. By the way.
Well, first of all, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So I wouldn't shoot you for your opinion on that. But again, I'm going to say that that's not completely accurate because it's not just Bennington. Hofer has cost his team wins, and he did it in the beginning of the season. So it is not a negative on Jordan Bennington. It is not a negative on Joe Hofer. They didn't perform well in the beginning. Joe Hofer has taken the net. Bennington has had an excellent game in this one. But as for costing games, yes, there has been games where the goaltending, both Hofer and Bennington have let this team down. Both of them.
Well, I mean, Sam, this is we've been talking about this a little bit, and Sam says, I know, trying to make a laugh. Okay, gotcha, and I agree. I just don't see Thomas as captain. I think he's more of an assistant. Being he learned from Schenn, I think Neighbors would be a better choice. Being that Neighbors learned how to be a captain from Schenn, or that Thomas learned how to be a captain from Schenn. Because if Neighbors learned how to be a captain from Schenn, to me, that's a reason not to make him a captain. But that's on me, right? Backus and Petro didn't sign, and people crying about it and crying about the no trades. Need to pick one. Backus and Petro would have screwed us. I agree.
It's actually interesting.
Where Bennington is 10 games below 500. Again, that's not always on him. Well, not anymore. Rumors are gone. Trade deadline is done.
And this is actually an interesting prospect because I want to say this because I was actually talking. I commented on the post. I can't bring it up because I can't remember what it was. I don't know if they ever commented. I don't think they ever did because I knew I was right. But someone was commenting about. They were actually talking about Petro and how Armstrong was to blame and everything like that. I said, dude, Petro was just as much or even more to blame for Petro leaving St. Louis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and they didn't comment back on my thing, so I know that they knew that they were wrong. So, because they didn't reply. So,
it kind of gets down to this. The majority of the fans here believe our media 100%. They believe that our 3 or 4 3 or 4 beat writers. We have 3, but Jim Thomas used to be a beat writer. That they are what they come out with is it. All 3 of them are trying to get clicks. They are. And not always do they portray things in the correct light. And right now, that's what I think is happening with a lot of things. Go ahead.
Sorry, I want to catch what Jonathan Drouin wants to say here, because Jonathan Drouin is being interviewed by Andy. So.
Oh, he's here. Oh, I guess he couldn't play today.
At the same time.
Yeah, very unusual. You're at the hotel. I mean, what was that like? All of a sudden being at the same hotel at the team who's trading for you.
Yeah, it was nice to kind of go say bye to the guys and kind of meet my new teammates right away in the meal room. And yeah, the guys have welcomed me so far very well.
All right, so you've been around the league for a long time. Tampa Bay, Montreal, Colorado. This is your first year with the Islanders. So you know some of these guys on the Blues roster, right?
Yeah, no, I played with Bennington World Juniors, played with Golden Parent in the World Cup, so I'm familiar with a lot of faces, and always makes it easier to transition.
All right, you've seen 2 periods of play here. We're seeing some highlights of you right now, but through the first 2 periods, watching the Blues, what are you looking for and what do you see?
Yeah, there's a lot of good players. Obviously, being in Colorado the past 2 years, it's always a hard team to play against. They're very solid defensively, and I'm very excited to join them.
All right, you play a lot of games against St. Louis over the years. When you think of the Blues, just your experience against playing against St. Louis, what comes to mind first?
Yeah, they're a gritty, tough team. Always physical, always kind of in your face. They make you earn every inch out there. Like I said, last year when we played in Colorado after the deadline, they're a very good team, and hopefully we'll go back to that.
All right, you were such a great passer, such a great playmaker coming out of junior. What can you add to the Blues roster?
Yeah, I try to just play my game, whatever the coaches kind of need. I'm at that point in my career where kind of know where I stand, and I know how to help a team. If it's defensively, if offensively, I'll try to do anything that the coach asks me.
All right.
Oh, there we go. I played that.
Yeah. Jonathan Drouin's been in this league for a long time. Like you said, you've seen him. He has about 662 games, I believe it was, in the NHL. Yeah. He's been in the league for a long time. But honestly, you got the best return possible, I think, for Brayden Schenn. I think you even got a better return for Brayden Schenn. I don't think you could have asked for anything better. I mean, maybe the fact of, like, if you got a first that wasn't like Colorado's, but, like, then again, I'm not too angry about that. You got a good, serviceable guy that you can literally put in your lineup right now, and he can produce for you.
Okay, and that's fair. We got him for 1 more year, I think. He's got, $4 million, so we saved a couple of mil. We go with what we got, man. We go with what we got.
Yeah, I mean, he's a solid player. Like I said, is it the best trade known to mankind? No, but it's something that when you get 2 prospects or 2 players and 2 picks for a guy like Brayden Schenn, who is on the back 9 of his career, I think that's a win. Me personally, but
seller's market is what it comes down to. It was absolutely a seller's market, and I think the Blues did that in the best way.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see here. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. Is there anything interesting with the Blues Twitter? Probably, because we scored, so it's probably all going crazy here. All right. So this is from the tying goal.
Yeah.
First comment, your boy Blues Muse. Winning tonight would be unacceptable. Would go from 30 to 28th. Thank God. Now let's give them the lead next. Was the first comment from Blues Muse, your boy.
Sam Mazzella wants to trade me for Tage Thompson. I don't think Buffalo would do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Kyrou for Tage Thompson.
Oh.
We would have to give more. We would have to give more. We would have to give more.
his value.
We would have to give our top. We'd have to give a first round pick. I'd want a top 10 protected, so we'd probably lose our first round next year.
I wouldn't do it. I'm honest. If I'm honest,
yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. I mean, I'm all. You know what? Now, if you would have said Zach Benson, I'd have jumped all over that.
It's the Petro effect. How many times do people live in the nostalgia? People got to stop living in the past. It's the past. The past is the past, and I get it. It'll never change. It's the past. It's history. It'll always be there. But you cannot keep living in the past. Petro's gone. Petro's not coming back. Tage Thompson, he's gone. He's not coming back. He got his chance in Buffalo. He would have never got that chance here in St. Louis. We had too good of a team at the time. He would not have been the player he is today if he didn't get traded to Buffalo.
Yeah, definitely NHL teams need to learn upset. Absolutely. I don't think Army is going to touch Buffalo after the upset fell with Colton. I kind of agree with you. And it's not just Army. Remember, he goes away. Schenn gets the job. And Operation Security, just because you know something doesn't mean you need to say something. And I'm sorry, it goes on whoever leaked it, but it also goes on the reporter, right? You have to know when is the right time to say something, right? You have to know that, right? I can give you a huge example of a reporter knowing, or someone in the media knowing when it was the right time to say something and when it wasn't. Right?
Yeah, I probably know where you're going with this.
Time Magazine, 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes had a producer who absolutely had the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, had it locked down that he was the target, that they were working on the warrant, that they were going to do everything on his house. He had it locked down, and he could have put it out there. However, he used it as a bargaining chip to get something else done, which was smart, because I don't think he was ever going to put it out until after, because he knew that if he put it out early, that it could be detrimental to the case.
Yeah.
Right? That's why.
So hang on.
Here's how I would have reported this. Let's say that I get a hold of this, right? Let's say that I'm media, right? And I get told either end that there's this trade coming, and that I know that the player has a no trade clause. The way I reported it is the Sabres and the Blues have a possible deal in place. However, or have a deal in place, the pieces are not being released because of players with no trade clauses. You don't know which side it's on, but it gets the news out. You're telling people you know it, but you're backing off and you're allowing things like that. And I think it's better. Here's Schenn. Or no, Faulk.
The fans had a ton of energy. Obviously, it was right after an exciting time for the organization, but I was very, very happy to be joining the Blues at that time. And to be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. My kids were all born in St. Louis, and it's definitely a home to us, and we love everything.
Faulk is gonna end up living in St. Louis. I'm almost certain of it.
Yeah, and for me, I don't particularly think. I think that the trade isn't surprising, but I don't think he wanted to leave St. Louis. If I'm honest, I don't think he did. But it happened. I figured it was going to happen. But Here we go. We're getting underway here with the third period.
Yeah, I say it should be handled like a car crash death. Talk about the crash, but no names until everyone is notified. I agree with that. Schenn will probably live here too. Yeah, I've kind of gotten some word on that one that he might be embedded in the area.
You know what? I'll be honest. It's not. I don't really. This is a late game. This is the later games, obviously, but honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's late, to be honest.
Yeah. That's 11 p.m. there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in the third period, so.
Or what? Wait, hang on.
Now.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Let's see if the Blues can find that killer instinct.
Oh.
Oh, they just missed that. Oh, he got it just off. Oh, I thought we had it.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's 11 here, but it's 10 there. In San Jose.
9
I said it's 11 here. Oh, it's 9 there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're 2 hours ahead of me, and it's 7 here. They're 2 hours behind you.
Yeah.
Sunday, that'll change. I will be 5 hours behind you. So it'll be a little harder to get a hold of me. When it's 10 a.m. there, it will be 5 a.m. here. Right? Games will be an hour earlier for me.
It was a bad play by their goalie. You want to talk about playing the puck? That was a bad play. Snugglebug.
It feels like, I'll tell you what, it feels like with Faulk and Schenn gone, the younger players have opened up. It feels like the training. I'm going to say it again. It feels like the training wheels are off. Does anybody else get that feeling watching these younger guys play? It's like the handcuffs or the training wheels have been taken off.
Wow, that's a good parlay right there. Wonder if it'll stick.
Yeah, and it's hit. It's actually hit. Well, it could hit. It's hitting. Uh-oh. Oh, nice play, Kyrou. Oh, Kyrou was all over that.
That's not. I don't think that's Kyrou. I think that was Logan May.
No, that was Kyrou.
Was it?
Yeah, 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look like Logan Mayu for me. Yeah, because they got so many similar numbers. They're pretty close in numbers.
Yeah, no, that's Kyrou out there. That was Kyrou the whole way.
Mm-hmm. Nice block there. So, yeah, Kyrou's playing, I guess, with – yeah, Kyrou kind of got shifted down, it looks like. Yeah, Kyrou was playing with Finley and – oh, wait, no. Kyrou was playing with Suter, I believe. Suter and somebody else.
I can't tell.
I think he was playing with Suter and somebody else.
Benny just made a bad clear there, and luckily it didn't end up in the back of the net. I'll call it out. Bennington made a bad play on the puck there. I call Hofer out for his. I'll call Bennington out for his too.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it didn't end up in the back of the net, so I don't ever look at it. The Blues have two of the best puck handling goalies in the league. Like you talk about puck, if you want to see bad handling, I mean, you just watch a lot of the other teams. A lot of the other teams don't have good puck handling goalies.
And I get it. The problem is, I think he needs to back off a little bit. Or he needs to get better in some areas.
Nice
right?
block or nice clear there.
Right. It feels like the young players, the training wheels are off, or the handcuffs are off, or the team feels different. It feels lighter. If that makes sense. I mean, maybe I'm a complete fucking idiot. I don't know.
Literally and figuratively, they're playing with 5 defensemen.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean by lighter is. Look at them
I know.
Look at the style of play. Look at the opening, you know. Look at the offense and defense.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
at.
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're just now going to a thing. Oh my goodness! Sorry about that. I gotta use the restroom, bud.
All right. We have about 15 minutes to go in this period here. Still 2-1 Blues. Blues doing a good job kind of neutralizing San Jose right now. Mayu got the puck right now, getting it out of the zone. Yeah, this will be icing. Just misses. Yeah, just misses Pavel there. They're talking about the Norris right now. Honestly, man, I would love to see Matthew Schaefer win the Norris. Man, oh man, that kid has been amazing. Something for me though that just makes me believe it's going to be they're just going to give it to like Cale Makar is just because of Colorado's the golden child of the NHL, so I have some type of feeling that they're going to just give it to Makar because he's on Colorado. Smith centers that puck. Doesn't get through there, though. Blues countering. Pavel to Broberg. Broberg gets the puck in deep. San Jose trying to quickly counter here. Celebrini just throws his puck. He tries to just throw this puck to the middle. No go on that one. Fowler, good puck protection, getting the puck in deep there again.
I'm back.
All right. Nice clear by Tucker. Hard and around. You didn't need anything spectacular. Just hard and around.
Maybe the Blues need to just stretch 5 defensemen more often.
They're playing well. They're keeping San Jose to a bare minimum right now. The shots in this game have not been a hefty amount for either team. You'd like to see a little bit more shots, but like the chances that the Blues have had, if they've connected, the Blues have had a few odd man breaks in this game. If they connected on them, this game would possibly be out of reach for San Jose here.
Just got to see if the Blues can find that killer instinct because you can't let him keep buzzing because then it's going to get tied up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find
Sherwood.
that killer instinct.
Nice play, Kessel. That's a great play off the boards.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sherwood had the puck there.
Oh, nice move, Torp.
Yep, fourth line going to work here. Sundqvist, Torpo, and Finley.
Walker, they moved Walker up to the third line.
No, Walker's not playing this game. Walker's not in this game. No, Walker's not in this
Walker
game.
out there.
No, Walker's not in this game because I would notice him anytime Walker's on the ice. I notice
Walker's
him
playing. He's got 9 shifts, 709.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
they moved him up to the third line.
Oh well, I'll tell you what. I have not noticed him very much in this game, if I'm honest. Oh well, let's just say he's not been as noticeable as some, but. Robert Thomas, 57% to 42% for Kurashev. Robert Thomas wins that faceoff again.
Holloway is a Kraken killer.
Oh, Holloway, yeah. He had a big goal against the Kraken. But yeah, Blues doing a very good job, though, keeping San Jose neutralized for the most part. Yeah. They're not giving up much. They're quick on their sticks. They're playing good defense and then transitioning well.
No, so right now it's for me. It's just you got to find that killer instinct. You gotta put one in the net. You gotta make it harder. You gotta take the pulling the goalie out, right?
So get back to what you love. Spectrum TV. You already have popular streaming apps included at no extra cost. Live TV. In just a few simple steps, activate your apps. Then cozy up with your favorite
What?
So I just got something sent to me. It's somebody's talking about the World Baseball Classic at the Tokyo Dome. They put this on their screen prior to the game. In case you receive an earthquake early warning, please remain calm and stay in your seat. Tokyo Dome withstands earthquakes. That's pretty cool.
Here in San Jose, 12:51 to go in the third, and on every Blues sweater, Stiefel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms, rooted in St. Louis, where
Broberg, 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Fowler, 17:20. Mayu, 17:03. Tucker, 13:13, and Kessel, 9:16. Kessel just sitting on the bench.
this one, he has been a difference maker. You know, he had that minor knee surgery there during the Olympic break, one that he was kind of pushed off and trying to play through all season long. He had the time to get the surgery done. He recovered very well.
There we go. Well, even they agree that this is, well, the announcers, Joey and Curbs, say that this is Thomas's team. And I do think I'm with that. I think that it is his team. And it's, you know, like they said, you don't know if a player's ready until you give him the reins. Let's hope he's ready. I think he needs to be ready. I'm a little worried about how they're playing the third. Oh, wow. Sam, how are you watching it? You might need to, if you're watching online, you might need to go and go to live. I'm at 11:23, bud. Wow. Oh, there it is. On FanDuel and it's live. Okay. That is funny. That I'm actually ahead of FanDuel. Are you're watching on FanDuel, right? Or are you watching on FanDuel? Well, you're watching on FanDuel.
Yeah, I'm on FanDuel. I'm on FanDuel on the Spectrum app.
Yeah. If you're on an app, Sam, are you watching on TV or on an app? If you're on an app, you need to go and click up and see, because you're not live. You're behind, and you need to bring it up to live. App. So Sam, tell Sam, I don't know how to do it on the app. Tell Sam how to bring it up to live.
I mean, you should just be able to like restart your app or something, and then it should bring you up. I don't know why you wouldn't be live.
Yeah, well, sometimes mine. Oh man, damn! I just changed this. I just changed that. Freaking no, it was the top one I changed. Never mind. My O-ring broke on me. Oh wait, No, for mine, I'm watching on ESPN. Sometimes with my smart TV remote, I click up and it'll show me that the bar and where the pause and the fast forward. There's a little live icon. And you can go over to that icon and click on it because you're not live, Sam. You're not caught up. I'm almost certain of it.
Shoot me out, cousin brother, real quick. Hello?
Huh? Yeah, good save, Bon Benny. I seen that.
Shoot me out real quick.
Oh, take you out. Okay. Yeah, that's where we're at. So you're updated now. Yeah, that we Doc Detroit was on earlier and he was saying good things. Good? You good? Okay. Yeah, Matt Lowe, we were hearing some good things about him too. Hopefully he'll get out of his contract. It's also what you're watching on. I'm on DirecTV Stream and they're 20 seconds ahead. I have center ice too, and sometimes that's like 2 minutes behind, and then sometimes it's a minute ahead. I need to order new O-rings today. Yeah, I know. This is weird. Okay, that's a little better.
Another great save by Bennington there.
Yeah, I had to fix my O-ring. Nice, clear.
Oh,
They're playing freer. They're playing looser with Faulk and Schenn gone. Oh, I don't believe
yeah.
that went in. Oh, wow. I do not know how that went in. I thought Bennington had that. Oh, he thought he had it. Well, the tankers are back. I thought Bennington had that. How did that go in? I still don't see how that went in. Matt Lowe. Matt Lowe's a tanker. Matt Lowe's a tanker. Matt Lowe's a tanker. And you're right, Chris. With 5D, they probably are tired. I need Thomas with the game winner.
Don't know how that was not a penalty.
Oh, nice.
That's another freaking trip. Come on, man. Come on. That's another one. That's the second one. 2 times back to back. 2 times back to back. Tucker and then Thomas.
Yeah. You're ahead of me again.
Just crazy, man. Like, come on. Like,
Get ahead of me.
put the freaking whistles. I mean, blow the whistle, man. When it's that egregious, blow the freaking whistle. That's two. Tyler Tucker literally just got tripped before that, 2 seconds ago.
Oh, Tucker whiffed there. Big whiff. That was not a good whiff there. Chris says he's counted 9 cross checks and 2 trips. Oh, yeah, Bennington screwed that up and we got lucky there.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
You're right. Who said that, Chris? Yeah, Chris. There was a bunch of cross checks behind the net they didn't call. Yeah, they're letting San Jose get away with some stuff. I'll tell you that. Definitely should have been some power plays given in this period.
Yeah.
So right now we're seeing, with obviously, Schenn being not here, we're seeing Thomas, Snuggerud, and Holloway, which is an interesting line, which is I like it.
Well, Blues are playing for overtime. San Jose's playing to win. I'm seeing that. And that scares me. Oh, interesting period. Interesting last 3 minutes.
Is it what is it? Is it tomorrow or
There's no
Sunday?
B going on. Say again.
I said, when did is it tomorrow or Sunday when the Blues plays Anaheim?
Sunday.
Sunday.
They play at 8 your time in I think it's Anaheim. Yeah, 8 your time they play in Anaheim. I may not be able to do that game because that's a local game for me. So I gotta kind of see if I'm going to have access to it.
A San Jose player blocks that puck. I don't know who blocked that, but he definitely took a stinger on that one.
Actually, yeah, Sam, I don't know how Anaheim is local for me, but Anaheim and LA are both considered local because we get those TV channels. But Anaheim, what the station that they play their games on now isn't available to me. So I don't know why it's considered a local market when the game's not even available. So, but I do have center ice, and sometimes center ice lets it be available to me. So if it's on center ice, I might be either way behind or way ahead. Probably way behind. That should have been boarding.
So again, I say we saw it earlier with the Desharnais when he got drilled into the boards by Berggren, and that was a penalty, but this wasn't. So that one, you're telling me that hit right there was less dangerous than the hit that Berggren threw. Yeah, San Jose's gotten away with at least 5 infractions in this period. 5.
Yeah.
2 trips, multiple cross checks, and that play right there. So
boarding.
It goes to show. So that goes to show you about what we've been talking about with the consistency.
Yeah, the consistency of the officiating. Yeah, I agree with you because that should have been boarding. That should have been boarding. There's no way that doesn't get called.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to overtime.
Yeah. So overall, a decent period, or a decent game. You'd like to see the Blues have a little bit more shots on net, but then again, like I said, they're missing. They feel good out there. They still feel competitive, but you are missing two guys that you've had, Schenn and Faulk being out, and you're running with 5 Ds. So it's tough. It was going to be a tough task, and they did pretty well for themselves, I thought.
Shots were 25-13. Blues got one shot in the third.
Yeah, they were definitely, which is kind of crazy because
playing not to lose.
Well, which is kind of crazy because in the beginning of the period, it looked like they were pushing, and then it kind of stopped a little bit. But
yeah,
still tied 2-2, overtime. So anybody's game here. We get our glorious 3-on-3 overtime. We all know how we feel about that. We shall see, though. We shall see. Shane.
Again, now we're going to get to the 3-on-3. I don't mind 3-on-3. I just want to see a change to it. Just want to see a small change to it. 2 changes, actually. I hate the ties. I remember the days of the ties. The 5-on-5 with overtime when nobody wanted to make a mistake. No one wanted to lose. And they almost never called a penalty in overtime.
Hey, I mean, you get 2 points, but hey, that's pretty good. Jimmy Snuggerud with 8 multi-point games already.
This
pretty
is
good.
really first season, yeah. Suter won it, and he was in the zone. Blues lost it. Don't even get a shot off and lose the puck. Oh, Holloway, nice move. I think Broberg got that.
It might have been Robbie Tom, boy. I think
I hope it
maybe.
was Robbie Tom, but I think it was Broberg.
Well, that's weird. I don't know why. I got the note. Oh, okay. Oh, I got the notification. Oh no, yeah. It says I got the notification, but it says 2-2 still. It says end OT, but 2-2. I was like, what? But yeah, no. Broberg gets his shot through.
It is Thomas.
Yeah, it's Robert Thomas. They might be challenging for a kicking motion.
For
kick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Broberg shoots his puck.
I don't know. That's going to be tough.
That's going to be a tough challenge just because it looks like he's like it doesn't really. I mean,
he's allowed to direct his skate, but it looks like he's stopping, and that's going to be a kicking motion.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be no goal.
Well, Blues are exiting. I don't know what's at. Are they not challenging?
Oh no!
I don't think they're challenging.
Staying on the ice.
I guess not. I just got them. I don't know. Guess they're not challenging.
I thought they were going to challenge it.
I don't know. Maybe they might come back with it. But for me, I'd have to look at it again. But he does. You do see him kind of move his foot. But it would be like, would it be like that he's trying to kick it, or would it be that he's just trying to come in and he's like gliding almost?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Still, if you're allowed to turn your skate to direct it in, but if you're like doing a hockey stop, that could be considered a kicking motion, and that kind of looked like what he was doing. But
hey, you know what? You know what I'm going to caption this game as?
What?
Blues beat the Sharks Blues get revenge for Game 3 hand pass.
We got revenge for that a long time ago.
So we get some revenge, but
I like that. I got a
hey,
game-winning goal. I got 2 goals and a game-winning goal and an overtime point from Robert Thomas tonight.
yeah, and I get Robert Thomas in the lineup, boy. I got him in there now. So let's see, what am I at right now? Who am I winning my match? Yeah, I don't think that they're challenging. Usually they wouldn't go to commercial break if they were challenging. They seem like they were not challenging. Yeah, Robert Thomas. Let's see. Robert Thomas, 2 points. So again, I say, where's the Thomas detractors at? Have no idea what you're talking about. Robert Thomas, 4. He's had 2 points in every game that he's played since coming back. So he's 6 points in 3 games. I'm gonna take that as Justin. I agree with you, man.
Great,
Yeah, thanks,
great
man.
finish. I mean, that was a good finish. We needed it. Broberg with the shot off the post. Thomason in. I'll take it. We needed it. Bennington ends up stopping 23 of 25. Had a good game. Had a really solid game. Shouldn't have won. We really do need Ivar. Oh man, Matt Lowe, I'm not in the tank school, bud. I'm not in the tank school. You can be in it all you want. I want them to play good. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. Right? I'm going to always feel that way. Great game. I know it's late for you, bud. I know you're in and out of school, but I feel kind of talked out. If need be, if you feel like it, maybe we'll do something tomorrow before Sunday's game. But right now, I think I'm going to call it. Are you good with that?
I'm fine. I just want to say this to that comment, Matt Lowe. I understand what you're saying, and I understand people want the top picks and everything like that. Blues got two first rounders. Obviously, you don't see the Blues making the playoffs, but it is kind of crazy to see that this team played 5 games back? They're 4-1 in their last 5 games since coming back. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy to see this. It really is. But again, to all the tank people, where was this last year when the Blues were winning? So they had the same type of season they started with, like they have now, and then they went on the run, and then everybody's on the bandwagon, and then just a couple months, you guys are all back on the tank wagon. I don't understand you guys just in the slightest. I'm sorry, Matt Lowe. I'm not trying to be a douche or nothing. It's not just you; it's multiple people. So
yeah, I'm never going to be on a tank bandwagon. I'm just not. I'm just not. So, okay, bud, you know what to do.
Yeah, man. Where are the girls?
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Hello?
Are you ready for the question?
I'm ready for the question.
Are you ready for the question?
I am
Are you ready for the question? Ready. Who's late
ready
for dinner?
Where are the boys? Where are they at?
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, after the Blues complete their first 3-game winning streak of the season, along with my co-host, Justin Eagle Eye Scott. Thanking you for joining us tonight on the Blue Note Fan Report, and we can't wait to see you possibly tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Who knows? This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, letting you know that I am bleeding blue with you.
And as always, let's go Blues.
For Guy and Justin, and for the Blue Note Fan Report, we'll see you next time. Aloha.